welcome back to the WGL APAC Season 1. Now into our finals playoffs, and we've already seen our first team to qualify through to the finals. B Gaming will be joining EL Gaming and Meltdown here in Sydney.
Yes.
We've got one more slot up for grabs, and it's going to be Team Efficiency or Caren Tiger to take it away.
This is, of course, the final battle to decide who the last team to come to our finals is. So everything is on the line right here, Jordan, both of these teams. And I think this battle here is statistically the most evenly matched battle. I think it is going to go the distance here between between Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency, and there honestly is no telling of who's going to take it out. So it's going to be a tough one. It
is going to be a tough one to call here because I feel like Caren Tiger, you know, they're a team that likes to take it through to those long stage battles. They they were sitting at the end of the season in position number 5. And, well, you know, going up against Team Efficiency, I mean, it definitely could go the distance. I've predicted it's going to be a 7-6 to Team Efficiency.
Right. Well, I'm actually going to be going Caren Tiger on this one, Jordan. 7-6 to them.
Yeah.
But look, one thing for sure, it's going to go the distance. And here, Caren Tiger, we can see them. You know, Mudame made some big plays across the entire season. Also got to take a little bit of a look at Mubesi. Mubesi actually statistically were running through the stats for this season's MVP awards, which come in 5 different categories, and Mubesi was actually one of the top damage blockers throughout the season. So really likes to play those heavy tanks and really, you know, good at angling his armor there. Overall, Caren Tiger, they've got a lot of really good individual players. Shino Zakat as well. Shino Zakat, an absolute star on their lineup.
Yep.
So, look, they've got the tankers they need to win this one out, but looking on the other side at Team Efficiency's lineup, Team Efficiency, they are a team which, you know, we've said throughout this entire season, you know, they really like to, you know, get off to a good start early on. And they can have good weeks, they can have bad weeks.
Absolutely.
So the question is whether this, you know, what tonight's going to bring.
To be fair, like, I think that sort of a sentiment, I think, would have been relevant towards the start of the season, but it feels to me like they've become more consistent as the season has gone on.
Yeah, I suppose so. But even then, their last couple of matches have been like kind of win-loss, win-loss, win.
Yes. So
a little bit spotty there, but I definitely think they have improved. Like you said, from the start of the season where they were a little bit more of a roller coaster. But here, of course, their lineup: Party, Safi, Bolognese. You know, some of the familiar faces in the Twitch chat there. They are some of the top players, not coincidentally, of Team Efficiency, and more actually just last week was featured in our player profile on the Twitters and the Facebooks at WGL APAC and WG League, of course, as our player of the week. Of course, more his favourite tank is actually the Object 212, the Russian Tier 9 artillery piece. Was actually one of my favourite tanks as well. I quite like it. He's got a 57% win rate in that one for anyone that might have been a little bit curious. So there you go. And another fun fact, he's actually dealt over 42 million damage, has Mr. Moore, in random battles. It is a lot. So,
yes, it is a lot. But look, you said, you know, between these two teams, they're very similar statistically. And to give you, an indication as to how similar they are, you know, when you look at the map pool, they both have the same amount of maps, which you would say, okay, this is a Caren Tiger map, this is a Team Efficiency map. They also have the same amount of maps where you'd say, well, this is not a good map for Team Efficiency. This is not a good map for Caren Tiger. They have very similar amounts of games played, amounts of rounds played throughout the entire season. 53% win rate for Team Efficiency overall, 57% win rate overall for Caren Tiger, so that's very close in itself. Their win-loss ratio in terms of matches was very close. Their last 5 matches, both of them have won 3 out of their last 5 matches.
Yeah.
So everything at the moment is really looking towards a very close matchup between these two teams. And even another thing to stack on top of all of that, the 2 times that these teams have faced each other, a different teams won. The first time, Caren Tigers won 5-1. Second time, Team Efficiency won 5-2. So it's just so hard to call how close this one's going to be.
Very, very hard indeed, I think, Jordan. But I think what we can do is take a look at the tank lineups for our first map of the day, which is going to be Ghost Town, to see what these teams are going to be bringing into the fray. And team efficiency are going to be going with, well, they've got 1E100, bit of an interesting pick there, as well as the T54E1, that Tier 9 American medium auto loader, which I know that some of the guys on team efficiency quite like. They like the fact that with the T54E1 compared to the 25T AP, which is the Batchat, the Tier 9 French medium auto loader, they like the fact that it can output its damage in a lot shorter time period. So that's kind of why they go for the T54E1, and it does make sense on a map like Ghost Town, where in theory the kind of engagements are quite a bit shorter.
Now, starting off here on Ghost Town, it's Caren Tiger's pick. However, it's not one of their best maps on paper. It's also not one of Team Efficiency's best maps on paper. So, you know, starting off into the matchup, I guess, slowly a little bit, you know, getting a feel for each other here. I think this one probably just going to be a 1-1. Like, I mean, I don't think either team has an advantage going into it.
Yeah, look, and I don't think there's many teams that have kind of a massive advantage one way or another on Ghost Town. It is one of those maps which I think really is quite easy to, you know, I suppose easy to play in a way for most teams. Most teams seem to have a relative level of comfort on it. But right now, let's take a look at where these teams are heading out towards. So we do see Team Efficiency actually going out for a bit of an early southern push on the defensive side with Bohan, one of their new additions to the team, a heavy tank player predominantly. Going to be heading down there towards that 2 flag. They've got Bolognese and a couple more down the south there, as well as Safi, who might be looking for a bit of a flank in that Batchat. And, well, Caren Tiger actually might be looking to meet them here as well, Jordan.
Well, I mean, I don't think either of these teams are going to be scared of a fight. I mean, AMX50Bs across the board. It means both teams here are looking for something they can pop up, get rid of, you know, take a tank off the field very quickly, fall away, get the reloads across, and then re-engage the fight. But for now, it's hard to say who has the advantage. I guess Team Efficiency, they've pushed a little bit further forward. You know, they got a little bit more information, but to be fair, I mean, it's really much of a muchness at this point. Caren Tiger, just slowly but surely rotating around, making their moves in the city, trying to figure out where Team Efficiency are holding, but Upa and Moore, they'll spot each other out for sure here. And it looks like Moore should probably get the first shot off, but oh, there's a building in the way. Oh, no, they're there. Upa has been spotted out. Moore does get the first shot off. Neither of them managing to connect, though.
No, not looking like it, as we do see Moore heading right back in, as we do see as well on the top of the map, Opalisk. He's going to be starting to get the
he's going to be jumped upon here by Dexter. Dexter is going to be so keen for this one. Tier 9 versus Tier 8. Batchat 25T AP versus an IU251. There's almost no situation where Dexter would lose a 1v1 there, but unfortunately, Shino Zakin is there for Opalisk, and Opalisk will be able to take it down. A fantastic bait to start things off there by Caren Tiger.
Yeah, smart play there by Caren Tiger, getting Shino Zakin up there, and well, Shino Zakin so far this season, he's actually dealt a very large amount of sniper damage. So damage from over 300 meters, and not just like that, he came in, Team Efficiency. Dexter not going to be expecting, he just popped up from behind, boom, just like that, showed his face, helped to take down Dexter. So overall, Caren Tiger, a nice early start. What I'd like to see them do now is rotate up towards the 1 flag and put some pressure up there, get a few more tanks on it, because they've just taken down Dexter, they've just taken down Team Efficiency's tanker that's been dedicated to defend the 1 flag. So now Team Efficiency are going to have to adapt, they're going to have to rotate back up. Caren Tiger are. Obviously, both teams are a little bit slow because they both got E100s in the mix.
Yeah.
But again, with Opalisk getting right back on towards the cap, now now Team Efficiency have to think about how they're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've only got 1 Batchat as well. That's Safi for now. And, I mean, to be fair, like, that's going to make their flanks, you know, just a little bit weaker. Normally, we'd see 2 Batchats coming out here for Team Efficiency, I'd say, on Ghost Town. But just running away with the single Batchat. See what they can do with that, or what Safi can do with that, but it's really going to come down to this brawl in the city here between the heavies, which is probably going to be what decides the battle. Bohan has taken a tiny tick of damage, but look, Caren Tiger, they'll be still feeling pretty happy with how this one is going for now. Bolognese getting shot up as well there, so Team Efficiency, they're bleeding damage across slowly but surely, and They're having difficulty dealing some back.
Yeah, well, they're having difficulty at the moment, but I'm really liking where Safi is heading on the mini-map down there. He's down in H7, and he's actually going to be trying for a bit of a flank on towards Caren Tiger. And, well, if you can get behind maybe towards that one spawn area, that blue spawn, then he could inflict some serious damage onto Mudame and Yupa.
Yeah, definitely. He could also just drive straight north and catch Shinozaka off guard. He has the HP advantage. He'd be able to take the 1v1. But we'll see what he does decide to do here. Caren Tiger have got a very good defense on this one flag for now. Opalisk is going to be incredibly difficult to reset. It's going to be Party and Bolognese to make their way forward, but this is almost like charging into a death sentence because Nakio-V and Dekamori Sane are just watching that angle.
They need to, though.
They absolutely need to. Only 25 seconds left on the clock here. Mordame's getting shot up a little bit, but in the end he's going to go down. Still, though, the main tank that they need to get rid of for team efficiency is Opalisk.
7
They're
seconds.
not getting rid of him. Party has been going down to Dekamori Sane. Bolognese now
There's
as
no
well.
one in there can't get the
Yeah,
reset.
there
It's
is-
done.
There's no one that can get the reset. You're exactly right. Caren Tiger have played this one to perfection. And in the end
There you
there,
go. Wow.
pick up the victory quite
Very
convincingly.
convincing win, absolutely. They started off that one well. A great little pick, great little kind of bait pick from Shinozaka and Opalisk on towards Dexter, right on that one flag there. And I mean, team efficiency just walked into that trap up there, and there was absolutely nothing that they could do after that, because I think that's one of the big reasons as to why we don't see many teams on the defensive Ghost Town pushing down as far as team efficiency did, because as soon as they push down there and then Caren Tiger are above them essentially in their tanks, then, and they both have the same speed tanks, E100s, AMX 50Bs, there's no way that team efficiency can overtake Caren Tiger and actually get to the cap from that point. And Safi was a little bit late in the rotate. He didn't do much. So it was basically just good game from there.
Yeah, and that firing squad that was set up there by Caren Tiger as well to defend that one flag was exceptional. I mean, there was no chance that anyone from team efficiency was going to get past that alive, or if they did manage to get past it alive, they would have lost a significant chunk of their HP. And yeah, maybe they will get the reset, but they, the worth of that trade for the attacking team for Caren Tiger was always going to be much more than what it was going to be for the defending team. So overall, just really exceptional play coming out from Caren Tiger. We'll have a look at the replay there and see how it all went down, because really, we'll have another look at it. Caren Tiger just did so much work there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Opalisk right here, this was where it was initially looking a little bit dangerous for him, and then suddenly Mr. Shinozaka comes in from the side, and Dex is like, uh-oh, I am a little bit screwed. So got conveniently blown up after that, and at this point when the real brawl breaks out, I mean, team efficiency, Party, Bolognese, they just get completely blocked. They know they can't get into the flag without getting destroyed, but they can't do anything about it. They really needed Dexter up there, and they didn't send a tank to replace Dexter once he got up towards that one flag and died. So it was just free game for Caren Tiger.
Great start for Caren Tiger. They look much more comfortable there on the first half of Ghost Town, but moving on to the second here, team efficiency, they'll be going on to the attack. So I think team efficiency are going to be maybe a little bit more comfortable on the attack here on Ghost Town than on the defense. I mean, like I said, I think it's going to be pretty hard to call a 2-0 coming out here on Ghost Town. I feel like team efficiency are good enough to bring this one back.
Well, I mean, honestly, after seeing how well Caren Tiger played, that was textbook by Caren Tiger on the attack. So I actually think this one is going to be a 2-0 to Caren Tiger.
All right. Well, let's have a look and find out. It's going to be the tank lineups coming out very shortly, and there you go. Team efficiency, reasonably similar. No E100 this time. Caren Tiger have gone for that E100 once again. And AMX 50Bs across the board again. It's a very Caren Tiger lineup. We see them run this quite a lot on Ghost Town.
It's something they're comfortable with, the AMX 50Bs, throw in an E100 in there, a couple of bat chats to get the flanks going on, a nice RU251. They might boost the RU251, get it up into a nice kind of vantage position to overlook the attackers. They've got a lot of options with it.
All right, well, let's see what Caren Tiger do decide to do here. And let's see what, more importantly, team efficiency decide to do. Being on that attacking side, Safi is going very far forward, quite aggressively. He's just going to scout out, but won't spot anything. Hasn't been spotted out himself, though, so that in itself is information for him.
Yep.
Finally, he gets spotted there, though.
And something like Safi there. He's going to be retreating him back a little bit. And this is a lot more of a conventional defensive setup here by Caren Tiger. Okay, so they've just got, lots of their heavy tanks in towards that C4, D4 area, overlooking those streets. Great for trading. Yupa's in a great spot, so he can just, pop out, deal 750 damage back behind that corner. Team efficiency, on the other hand, on the attack, they're just kind of probing out a little bit, trying to gain a little bit of information. Dexter's down the bottom of the map there in that K7 area, spotting out to see whether Caren Tiger are trying for any early flanks, anything like that. Maybe early pushes down towards the southern side of that 2 flag. So gaining a bit of valuable information there for team efficiency, which they can work with. Overall now, the aim of the game at this early stage is information, and it's looking like team efficiency are going to be maybe trying for a something similar to what we saw them do on the defensive side last time, down towards that 2 flag. Maybe a push to the south of that.
Yeah, potentially.
Mudame might be getting the boost up here as well, so should be pretty good to help out Caren Tiger. Unfortunately, it's no Grill 15 like we saw B Gaming pull off, but oh sorry, Horseman pull off. No, it was B Gaming. Nandesu. Horseman. Anyways, Mudame in this batcher going to be sitting up here. And Safi is going to be able to put himself in towards that flag. A little bit bold of team efficiency to put a tier 10 bat chat in the flag, but I suppose they do have a fair, kind of enough information now.
Well, they haven't done it for very long.
Yep.
Safi didn't even get spotted, so he's just decided to fall back out of here.
Yep.
His team efficiency might have just been like, okay, well, maybe that's not really the strategy that we want to go for here. And I think that's okay. Safi probably would have gotten taken out there on that 1 flag.
It's okay, but they do give a little bit of information away on doing that. But
Maybe that was the plan, though.
well, maybe. Bit of counter intel.
Potentially. We'll have
Something
to see,
like
though,
that,
what
but
team efficiency are going to decide to do here. They're trying to just wrap around through the south and come up
Okay.
towards the western side of the map, which is not something we see all that much,
No.
but I think Caren Tiger are going to be reasonably aware of this. They spotted out a couple of those efficiency tanks, so
they're in a good spot to defend from it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that should actually work out for Caren Tiger pretty well. They're using these corners very nicely, just sitting behind them, side scraping them, etc. Making sure that all of their heavy tanks are used to the best of their abilities. And that armor is utilized, but team efficiency right now, they are playing this one slow and steady, but I like how they're making kind of gradual advances, making sure that every step they take, they're analysing it and really thinking about the move before they do it. There's Dexter and Safi actually just getting it spotted out down that one line. So I'm going to be seeing Caren Tiger rotating now a little bit. Actually, this is interesting. So they might be trying to do kind of like the whole reverse sweep onto team efficiency and coming right from behind them. And honestly, they weren't really spotted out too much. And team efficiency now, they're in about 1 more street. They're going to be expecting to have spotted Caren Tiger. And as soon as they don't spot Caren Tiger there we go. They've seen Yupa. And now they've got to have a pretty good idea at where the rest of Caren Tiger are.
Exactly, and now we have to see what team efficiency are going to do in response. Opalisk has got himself up onto another boost here on Ghost Town. That's going to cover off the 1 flag, make life a little difficult for efficiency if they head in that direction. But I got to say, I think team efficiency might be focused a little bit more on this 2 flag for now. Still, we haven't actually seen really either flag pushed all that much from team efficiency. So 5 minutes gone, and team efficiency, they do have a decent amount of control around the map here in towards the 2 flag, but they still have a lot of Caren Tiger members to deal with. They haven't managed to do a lot of HP damage to him.
Yeah, no. There's Caren Tiger are going to be just setting up near that 2 flag. And again, I'm not really liking this from team efficiency because again, they're pushed towards the 2 flag. And we all know what I think about the 2 flag. It's got way too many options for it, flanking and way too many angles to worry about once you're pushed into there. You're in a flag with 4 giant entrances, which have 2 corners on each entrance. So there's no real way that you can, successfully defend a 2-flag push. If you're going for the 2-flag, you need to take out all of the enemy's tanks because there's just too many options for them to deal with you once you're in there. But it looks like that will be the way of team efficiency, the way that they're going, as they do put one member, Bohan, in towards that flag in that 113. So it's starting to put the pressure on towards Caren Tiger, and it's looking like it will be a good old-fashioned brawl in the streets here.
Yeah.
Dexter doesn't have any options to flank around because he's been spotted out by Opalisk, so I think it's going to be head-to-head.
Yupa here, I think he's just trying to bait those 2 heavy tanks into his AMX 50Bs, and it looks like it's worked out quite well. Moore gets dropped very low. Bolognese takes a shot too, and now Dekamori, Sane, and Polly are going to try and get involved with this battle. Moore does go down straight away. Bolognese should be the next to fall here because, well, there's a lot of AMX 50B shells left, and in the end he goes down to the E100. Great stuff from Yupa there as well, keeping his AMX 50Bs safe from the fire, and he is indeed. And he's doing quite a lot of damage as well, but taking some in response. This is definitely not yet swung in the favor of Caren Tiger. We'll see Yupa in the E100 falling. It's a 2-for-1 trade after all of that. Caren Tiger do come out of it with the advantage, but efficiency, at least this time, have been able to deal some back.
Yeah, team efficiency right there. I'm going to be not too happy with that little disadvantage that they've worked themselves into. But overall, they have actually gained a little bit because they are able to put themselves on towards the cap. They know where the rest of the team, Caren Tiger, are. And they still have a little bit of room to move around in the town. So, even though they are a tank down at the moment, it's still very much anyone's game. But whatever team efficiency do, they need to do it soon, because they're off the cap. There's only 2 minutes and 35 seconds left, and I think the best move for them is try and go out. The rest of their tanks that are alive are relatively fast. Need to try and find some picks.
Well, that's not the way you find picks. Dexter takes a shot from Ankyo V in the AMX 50B, and I mean, his position is revealed here. Caren Tiger have set themselves in a very good spot to be able to find a victory. Only 2 minutes left on the clock. Team efficiency have a HB deficit, a player deficit, and they're going to have to try and win it from here, but I don't know if Caren Tiger are going to let that happen. 52 seconds left on that base timer. Shinozaki takes down Safi. Another tank advantage here for Caren Tiger. And now I see a 3rd tank joining that cap. But Caren Tiger, I mean, they're quite happy about this. They know that they can get the reset when they need to.
Yep. No, nothing wrong there. And that's the issue with the 2-flag. They can get the reset whenever they need to, And just like that, Bohan gets reset. Skell's probably going to get reset by Dekamori or Party. Does actually miss that one. So 22 seconds left. There we go. Bohan's left the cap. And team efficiency are going to try and finish off Caren Tiger, but they can't. They've only got 3 tanks left. Caren Tiger have 6. And just like that, team efficiency go for the 2 cap. And guess what happens, Jordan?
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
Clearly. Party all on his own. So he's going to go down there, and that will be Caren Tiger. Starting off with a 2-0 here on Ghost Town.
There we go. Well, I mean, team efficiency, I'll be honest, they're looking a little bit rocky. I'm worried for them at this point in time because it's not like team efficiency to look like that on Ghost Town. Normally they, would be, I don't know, have a lot more of a closer battle, at least get into a proper brawl. They didn't manage to do that. They just got picked apart early on, and by the time Caren Tiger rolled in towards that 2-flag afterwards, it was all over. It was curtains. So.
I mean, to be fair, it's Caren Tiger's map, so you can make that argument that they would have come into that expecting a 2-0 for them. So Caren Tiger have started off well. They've done what they essentially set out to do, but they will have, of course, to move on to the second map, which is Team Efficiency's pick of Steps.
Interesting, because Caren Tiger are actually very good at Steps.
Yeah.
They particularly Steps defense, where they have over a 70% win rate on that one. So I'm a little bit, I mean, look, team efficiency are comfortable on Steps as well, but maybe you'd think that to get the ball rolling a little bit more, they would have made, I don't know, another map. But anyways, let's take a look back at the replays for that one to see if we can see how team efficiency could have done things a little bit better. As the first fight that broke out here, I mean, that was just 2 tanks obliterated. Just snap of your fingers, bam, Caren Tiger took 2 guns out off the field. Great focus fire. Are in great positions. That was like a 3-on-4 or 3-on-5, and that's never going to work. So
no. Just from there on out, after that little advantage that Caren Tiger got, they were able to really steamroll the rest of this round, and of course the whole map. Really, it was a very convincing 2 rounds coming out to start off there for Caren Tiger, and like you said, I mean, it is a little worrying for efficiency. We know when they're slow starters, they don't have the greatest of times, so they're really going to be wanting to respond here on steps. But I feel like the best that they can hope for is a 1-1.
Yeah, exactly. I cannot see any world where team efficiency 2-0 Caren Tiger on steps here. Absolutely. So yeah, in that regard, the best that they can hope for is a 1-1. And I think obviously Caren Tiger very strong in the defensive steps. You know, over a 70% win rate. So if team efficiency can pick up their defense here, then that might be the best option. And team efficiency are pretty good on the defense on steps.
Yeah, look, they're not bad on steps. It's just the fact for me that Caren Tiger is quite good on steps as well. It just feels like one of those ones which is going to go 1-1. But look, to be honest, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, team efficiency, we've seen them come into some weeks with some real set strategies in mind where they've been able to just completely roll over some teams. And maybe that's going to come out here on steps. Obviously hasn't worked out so far on Ghost Town, but surely going into your map pick, you know exactly what you want to be taking out and what you want to be doing. You must have some sort of a plan in mind here. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. Team efficiency definitely will have something up their sleeves.
Yep. No, I think so. Well, who knows? Maybe they've got something crazy like an arty boost or something like that the Horsemen just showed. Maybe they'll steal that strategy from the Horsemen. Who knows? But team efficiency don't really play artillery pieces that much, so maybe not in that case. But I mean, look, Caren Tiger on steps, they've always looked fairly confident on it. Statistically, they're good on it, so I can't see any reason why they don't win at least one game here. In terms of tank picks, I'd probably be expecting some standard stuff. You know, a couple of bat chats, maybe some object 140s potentially, a couple of 113s. Can't go wrong with those ones. Caren Tiger, occasionally they'll pick a T125 or something like that. A little bit different, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
We shall indeed. It's tough time already here for team efficiency, and especially, you know, if they go down here, if they go 1-1 here, it'd be 3-1, right? But then we head on to Muravanka, which is the map that team efficiency hasn't played throughout the entire season.
Oh, we've got Muravanka third.
Yeah.
Ooh,
it's Caren Tiger's pick. It's a good pick from Caren Tiger.
That's tricky. That's a very good pick for Caren Tiger.
Yeah. So, I think it's imperative here for team efficiency to get 1 foot forward at least on steps.
Yeah. No, they can't get too out here on steps. That would be disastrous for team efficiency. So they're going to be starting off on the attack. Caren Tiger starting off on their preferred defensive side here on steps. And seeing what they can do there. In terms of the tank picks, we haven't got anything too crazy like we thought. You know, bat chats, an object 140 and some 113s. They've got the RU251 in there as well. But overall, steps, it's a map which works with mobility. That's why we see all of these tanks which are very mobile, can move around the map quite quickly. Even the 113s, of course, being that heavy tank. It is a heavy tank, plays a lot more like a medium though. So can get around the place with relative speed. And it's that RU251. I like it on steps. It's a great little scout tank. Decent gun. You can get it on the boost on the defensive side and you know, get some pretty accurate shells down and towards that 2 flag. So
still no T49 coming out from Caren Tiger. Obviously, a couple of maps which we wouldn't expect to see it on. But Cliff is coming up later today, if we get there. That would certainly be something Caren Tiger would pick a T49 on. Maybe Muravanka?
Maybe.
Anyway, let's focus in here on steps. Caren Tiger starting off on the defensive side. And this is the danger side for efficiency. This is the one where Caren Tiger, on paper, should win. So, if efficiency can pull this one off, you know, then there's something coming out.
Then they're good. Then they're good, I think. But we'll see. Overall, early little defensive push here from Caren Tiger out towards the rail tracks. And team efficiency have to be careful. Skell, he's getting very, very far forward. And
he's been spotted out as well. Oh, he's only spotted out Polly.
Is
he going to go up?
Don't.
No.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good scout though from Skell. He spotted out Mubesi. Yupa. He'll get out of there without taking any damage. And Mubesi trying to force the issue there onto Skell. He might actually get a shot in here.
He should do. No,
he's not too keen to peek
that. Not tempting fate, but he does spot Party. So he's actually spotted a lot of the team efficiency lineup. And, well, we could have come to a head very early on here on steps. But it's looking like team efficiency may just be a little bit tentative to pull the trigger just yet. And instead, I'm going to be heading back a little bit to actually not heading all the way back to their spawn, still just staying around the kind of central area there. So potentially looking for another one flag push once the heat has died down, so to speak. As Bohan's actually going very aggressive right there in the centre of the map. Not often that we see that, but he's going to be trying to get a couple of shots off. Misses his first one though.
Oh, well, Efficiency have really slowed down on that one flag push now that they've spotted out a few of those Caren Tiger members, which is fair enough. Bohan, he's in a very interesting spot. Don't tend to see many players pushing up in that sort of area, in that 4 line. But let's see how it works out for him here. Caren Tiger across the map. They do have a very good, strong defense over towards the one flag. It's kind of an aggressive defense as well. Normally we'll see the 2 flag hold, the defensive team, but here Team Efficiency really just having trouble even getting into the one flag.
Yeah, well, exactly. They can't get into the one flag to even put that slight little bit of cap pressure on that we're used to seeing. So that definitely spells trouble for Team Efficiency when you can't get onto the flag that you want it. And the 2 flag there is, of course, guarded out by Mr. Obelisk in the boost. Whereas Mr. Skell, who I know has also been joining us today in the stream, is going to be sitting down there on that K7 area. And getting a few eyes across on towards any potential Caren Tiger late flankers as Bohan there gets spotted out, takes a shot, and his driver actually does go down. And it's not good news for Bohan because he doesn't actually have a kit to repair him. Does not have a first aid pack. Suboptimal.
That is not great.
Suboptimal for sure, but I mean, out of all the things, drivers, not the end of the world for a 113. It'll still move around. It's not quite so fast.
Oh, well, almost 3.5 minutes, almost 4 minutes gone by now, and Team Efficiency have still been repelled off this one flag. I mean, they haven't made too much of a committed push in there, to be fair. But
well, they wanted to get onto it, you know. They definitely wanted to get on towards that one flag and you know, do the standard thing, you know, put your RU251 in there and, you know, start the cap. But not able to do it at the moment. I wonder what their plan is for breaking through, because they're going to need one. It's looking like more Bohan and Skell might be the 3 men to do it, as they are going to be heading up towards that 2 flag in their tanks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the 2 flag is really an option here for Team Efficiency because there's the player on the boost. It's going to make it so easy for Caren Tiger to get those resets, and Efficiency, you know, even if they do go on, it's I don't know. I just don't think I don't think it's the option for Efficiency. I think they need to take the fight on that one flag.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's hard because as soon as Caren Tiger see Team Efficiency rotate off the one flag right there, you know, as soon as they unspot Safi and Party for a while, they're going to know what Team Efficiency are doing. So they're just going to be able to rotate back towards the 2 flag and get ready for them there. So in that regard, you know, there's no other trades going on. There's nothing like that. You know, it's not like Team Efficiency have a potential window to gain an advantage in the next couple of minutes. So really, I just think they have to group up and go for a hard push.
Yeah.
Somewhere, you know, somewhere.
And that's sort of what we saw as well on Ghost Town, where Team Efficiency, they don't seem committed to try and, or didn't seem confident enough to really try and force a fight. And again, it's coming out here. I mean, we've seen a lot of time ticking away, and yes, there's still time here for Efficiency to make their move, but they haven't really made any moves. I mean, they've got control over the southern end of the map. They know that there's really no one coming from that direction. You know, they haven't opted to rotate to the 2 flag. They're just here trying to get in towards that 1 flag, but they're just not being able to do that.
Yeah. It's not a great position to be in if you're Team Efficiency. You know, really, like, when you're the attackers, you at least want an opportunity to try and trade with the defenders. You know, you want to try and go for those, even if they're RNG-based shots. You know, just to have an idea, but Caren Tiger just aren't letting them in at the moment. And with the way that Caren Tiger are positioned, as soon as one member of Team Efficiency pushes in, Shinozaka, Aki-OV, and the other bat chat down there, Polly, is just going to poke up above the rail tracks, and, you know, they're going to be able to blow up whoever's first in line for Team Efficiency. So just makes it so hard. The only thing that Team Efficiency had going for them is that Opalisk wasn't going to be in that fight, so maybe they could have countered Skell as, you know, an extra man, maybe pushed him in first, something like that. But now Skell's actually on towards a 2 flag.
Yeah,
you
but
see,
I mean,
and I don't think this works. I don't think that does anything, because
Opalisk is
isn't
there.
Opalisk going to be able to spot him?
Yep. There you
Yeah,
go.
Opalisk can spot Skell. So I would have much preferred Team Efficiency there to leave Skell with the main force. Maybe use him first as just, you know, a throwaway tank to get some early spots out before he went down. But instead, they're going to be going in with the remainder of their force up here on the 1 flag.
Efficiency might have thought maybe a Caren Tiger are going to rotate back over to that 2 flag, but we of course know that is not the case. And now Efficiency have pulled the trigger. Mubesi probably will go down here, actually. He doesn't have that much backup, and he's got a lot of bat chats headed in his direction. He's already taken quite a lot of damage, and well, he's just 1 shot away from death now. Bolognese, is he going to be able to clean it up? No, Mubesi
Safi's on
backs
fire.
out there, and you're right, Safi is on fire, ticking away. He should be able to put that out, but he won't be able to put that one out. Yupa picks him up, and the first kill of Steps is going to go the way of Caren Tiger. There's a lot of trades coming across here. It's a 2 for 2 overall. Caren Tiger have a slight HP advantage, but really it's nothing to write home about. And Shinozaki, he's going to have to fall back down here below the tracks. Party looks like he's going to try and push forward. Yupa will put a shot into him. Shinozaki as well puts a couple in. And I don't know about this from Team Efficiency. Shinozaki needed to be the focus here, and they're actually looking like they're focused onto Yupa more so than anything else. Shinozaki tries to block the shot there, but isn't going to manage to do it. And he should go down now. And this has actually not worked out too badly for Efficiency.
Yeah.
Once Shinozaki goes down, which he will eventually, then Efficiency have got a 2-tank advantage.
Yeah, actually that's not bad at all for TE, because like you said, now they've got the 2-tank advantage. Look, they are still on the attack, so they need to either, you know, finish off the rest of Caren Tiger within the next 1 minute and 40 seconds or get a cap. But at this point, they're not in a bad space at all to do that.
Nope.
And it's looking like now that
They need to get on the cap very quickly, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Caren Tiger still have a lot of tanks
up.
Not a lot, but they have tanks with a lot of HP. They can
Yeah.
take a lot of shells. So getting resets won't be too much of an issue here for Caren Tiger.
Yeah, no, exactly. And they're going to be getting 1 tank on the cap. And actually, that is, technically speaking, going to be enough. But yeah, much safer to put 2 on the cap.
Yeah.
But with 5 tanks up, okay, so Caren Tiger are going to need probably 2 resets, particularly if Bolognese gets on the cap. And Party's going to be blocking 1 area.
Yeah, but Party doesn't have any HP to play with. He can't be going down here like this. If he goes down to Polly, well, Polly's not even interested in that. He's going to go for the reset, which I don't know if it was the right
He's
idea.
going to try for the reset. He might not get it,
Why
though.
is he not shooting Polly? I don't know.
They got the reset, at least.
Yeah, but I don't know what Polly was doing there. I think he had time to shoot Party and get the reset there as well. Instead, he takes 2 free shots from Party. Party's still alive now, and the job is so much more difficult for Caren Tiger. They're not even going to be able to win this.
They need a reset. They need...
No, they've given up.
And honestly, Opal should have come down there. Caren Tiger's going to be going down, and
Yeah.
really they've...
I think Caren Tiger could have given that one a bit of a better run.
I've got no one to blame but themselves there, I think.
Yeah.
That was very doable, in my personal opinion. If, you know, Opalisk, he was just sitting up there on the boost. It's like doing... Nothing. Like, you're sat up there, you've got all of the tanks on the flag spotted. You should be able to, you know, come down if you can't hit them from there or something like that. Look, the AU-251's gun is decently accurate for a tier 8 light tank, but at the end of the day, when you need to hit the shots, otherwise you lose the game, that just doesn't cut it.
And that's a really good win there for Team Efficiency as well. We spoke so highly of Caren Tiger on the defensive side, and for Team Efficiency to break them on steps there, it's a fantastic result, going 1-0 up. Now, I mean, if I had to say that there was going to be a 1-1, I was going to say it was going to be defensive side for both teams. So now the opportunity here for Team Efficiency to 2-0 it and bring things back to 2-2. Before we get too far into that, though, we'll have a look at the replays here. See what happened for Caren Tiger. I mean,
so early on, Mubesi gets caught out. Now, Mubesi, he really would have liked to get a few more dings here. That was, I mean, look, unfortunate because he did get rushed down, but you know, 1 or 2 more dings would have kept him in the game for just a little bit longer. Then after that, Shinozaki just completely starts to demolish Party, and it's great focus fire here by Caren Tiger.
Yeah, I think the reason they focused the 113 there was Shinozaka only had a couple of shots left, so
Yeah.
Efficiency would have known that.
Yeah.
They'd have been like, okay, fair enough, we can take these 2 shots from Shinozaka, take down the tank, they can keep firing.
Yeah.
But Shinozaka, once he's on the reload, there's not much that he can do there. So probably good focus fire there from Efficiency, but here I just don't understand this from Polly. He had 17 seconds, he could have taken down Party, he needed, what, 1 or 2 shots? And then he would have had enough time to go and get the resets.
Didn't get one.
But I just don't know. I mean, you can see Opalus there. He's trying to fire into the cap circle and get a reset that way. But I think that's leaving it up to luck. And that's probably not what Caren Tiger could have or should have put their faith in.
Yep, 100%. So there we go. Just like that, Caren Tiger going to lose it out there on the first half of Steps to Team Efficiency. And the question is, you know, what are they going to change up in the next half now that we've got the side swapped over? Obviously, Caren Tiger now are going to be on the attacking side, going to be trying to take it from Team Efficiency. And even though it did look like such a tight hold early on from Caren Tiger, really just let it fall apart a little bit at the end.
It did. And, I mean, Team Efficiency here moving over to their defensive side. Typically speaking, their favoured side on Steps. So, you know, there's a good chance here that Team Efficiency is going to be able to come back into this one. But I think 1-1, if Caren Tiger can pull it to a 1-1, that's going to be an acceptable result for them here on Steps, especially considering the map we're heading into next year. But let's not digress too far, Alex. Let's go ahead and get into the tank picks.
Okay.
The second half of Steps.
So, second half of Steps, Caren Tiger actually going to be going with that Lorraine 155-51, that French Tier 8 artillery piece, of course, nice and accurate for a Tier 8 artillery. And fairly mobile as well, so Caren Tiger are going to be locking in that one for their attack. Team Efficiency going to be going with pretty much the same sort of thing, almost exactly the same, I think. And nothing really too crazy on the board apart from that artillery piece, which you know, I'm sure Caren Tiger should be able to use well on the attack. They just need to get the spots happening, and you know, make sure the RD stays with the team, and they should be able to make it work. So let's take a look at where they head out to on the rollout. Early on, Caren Tiger are going to be hitting very, very quickly towards that 1 flag. Polly already just going to be peaking the rail tracks there. And Opalus going to be following up the team in that artillery piece. Team Efficiency going very aggressive down the south end of the 2 flag there. On that 0 line, and maybe looking for an early counter push in towards Caren Tiger.
This is interesting from Team Efficiency. Caren Tiger will be able to get control of that 1 flag quite easily here. They also have that artillery. So, this is not going to be your typical Steps.
Yeah, no, it's not. There's Safi here and more already clearing out the line a little bit, and more importantly, gaining that valuable information. They know that Caren Tiger aren't set up down the side here, so that essentially they're going to know that Caren Tiger are pretty much where they are, which is always very valuable. And the first shot comes out from Yupa there.
Just blind firing a bush, making sure that there's no one in there.
There is always a chance.
It's tough here for Caren Tiger with that artillery. They don't have a tank that they can put on the cap.
Yeah,
so
that's the issue.
maybe that's why Efficiency have gone for some sort of a strategy like this. They know that even if they give up that 1 flag, you know, there's not going to be that much of a threat of a cap from Caren Tiger. The setup that Caren Tiger have is, you know, they don't want to try and force out that sort of a fight.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Caren Tiger, I mean, they also lose out in having that artillery on the option to have like a Tier 8 sent back at their own
Skell
flag.
just got absolutely demolished. 55
my goodness.
HP left. That must have come off the artillery.
Yep.
And that's exactly
100%.
what you want there from Opalus. Yupa knows pretty much where he is as well, I think, and he's going to push forward. This should be the kill going in his direction. He does take a shot for it, but well worth.
Very much worth. So just like that, Team Efficiency lose their scout. And not only their scout, but Skell there was actually set up in a good position to maybe even get a reset on towards the flag if kind of push cab to shove in that regard. But he's not going to be able to do that now because he is very dead. As we do see Caren Tiger get themselves back onto the flag and back off as Polly decides, you know what, maybe not.
Well, I mean, it's been a good start here for Caren Tiger, but the job's not yet done. They have plenty of work to do here on Steps, and Team Efficiency are making things a little bit difficult for Caren Tiger. Let's say that. They are playing very out of the ordinary.
Yeah. you know, this is interesting play coming out here from Team Efficiencies. We do see a little bit of a shot there on towards Bohan.
Yep. Not bad.
300, you know, a little bit of poke damage. Every bit of damage counts, of course. Remember that. But Bohan is spotted there. Probably doesn't want to give away too much more free damage. And Team Efficiency got to start to think about how they're going to be pushing back in towards that flag. And with 78 seconds left on the cap, we're gonna need to be thinking about it again.
Tracked and the driver.
And the driver. Yep, there we go.
That's
So
the danger of having artillery.
Yeah, and this is perfect for Caren Tiger right here. They've got that 113 spotted out permanently, and Obelisk was in the perfect position to shoot him. Bohan is kind of wised up now after taking 500 damage and says, you know what, maybe it's not a great idea for me to sit essentially right in the firing line of this artillery piece here. I'm going to sit behind a rock instead. So, good move.
Yeah, but 45 seconds left on the clock. Bohan is going to have to start to move up towards that flag, and well, there comes another shot from the artillery. The track once again going to be going down from Bohan. He still has a repair kit here, but you know, obviously knowing that he doesn't need to use it when that artillery's on the reload.
Yep.
Polly has fallen off that cap, so Caren Tiger not so keen on that, but they're taking the fight down towards the south here. Dexter and Safi under a lot of pressure. We can start to see all of these tanks from Caren Tiger making their way in that direction. Yupa Akio chasing them down. Shino Zacket coming in across from the flank as well. So Team Efficiency, they're going to be caught off guard here, or cut off a little bit. And Safi and Dexter, I was going to say Daffy and Sexter, they do manage to get out.
You can almost see the Benny Hill theme playing in the background as they were running
But
away.
they do manage to get out, so overall, not so bad for Team Efficiency. But, I mean, Caren Tiger, I think at this point, probably still feeling okay about this one. Though the only danger is that timer is starting to tick down. Exactly.
They're feeling okay about it, but they really do need to make a kind of big play relatively soon. Oh, look at that. Brilliant shot from Akio on towards Dexter. Getting a nice little snipe.
Bohan takes a shot as well. So 3 shots from Caren Tiger and connect all 3 over to Team Efficiency. So a little bit more damage advantage, I guess, for Caren Tiger.
Yep. They're shooting well tonight, the Caren Tiger. And like Safi, is he actually? No, I don't think he's made it. Don't think that makes you the boost, does it? Safi's still trying though, so maybe it does. I've not seen. I've seen people get up here before, but normally it's been with other tanks.
Well, it's not going to work out this time for Safi. He'll be spotted out here as well. Caren Tiger not managing to land that shot with the artillery there is Obelisk. That was aimed at Bohan, but Akio, Polly, they're trying to get some damage across, and that should be another tank down. Team Efficiency now with a 2-tank disadvantage. Caren Tiger, 3.5 minutes to close this one out. They should be able to do it. Making their way forwards ever so slowly.
Yeah, very slowly, but
surely.
surely.
Damage as they do as well.
Absolutely. Caren Tiger in some great positions right here, and Team Efficiency on the retreat. They're not even getting any shots back in response, and that is never what you want. So getting completely out-traded here, and Team Efficiency, just like that, they are about 3,500 hit points below Caren Tiger now in terms of total HP pools. Party takes another big shot, and just like that, Caren Tiger in 3 minutes will have won this game, or 23 seconds if this base cap continues like this. Now one of Team Efficiency's members is going to have to peak up. It is going to be Party's only on 517 HP though.
Yupa's going to get a shot into him as well when Party tries to go for the reset. Actually, Party's not even going to get the reset there. He fires a shot into Yupa. And that's that. I don't think anyone else is going to be able to get a reset here. Caren Tiger just trying to spam into that flag, hoping against hope that they'll get a reset, but it's not going to happen. Caren Tiger will be able to clutch it out there and put themselves at 3-1 after steps. I think that's it's acceptable for both teams.
Look, it is acceptable, but Caren Tiger being up this early, the last time that they've been up this early against Team Efficiency, they've won it convincingly. 5-1. So overall, not a great start for Team Efficiency. I think they would definitely be looking to, have a little bit more than that coming out of sets, particularly because next up, of course, we've got Moravanko, the map which, on our little stats worksheet here, it has a divided by 0 sign of where Jordan hasn't configured the cells properly to show nice errors, but also where team efficiency hasn't played Moravanko at all.
You can't divide by 0. That's just how it is. They haven't played it. Trying to divide the win percentage by the plays, it doesn't work because they haven't played it. They also haven't won it, incidentally.
Yes.
But the main takeaway from that,
maybe this is their,
they vetoed it pretty much every time.
Secret weapon.
Could be. It would be the long con, the very long con there from Team Efficiency.
They need it now.
They do need it now. Before we get that far we'll have a look at the steps replays here. And this was a good play. Skell just taking a huge chunk. And Yupa, well, we'll see him clean this up in a second.
Seriously, if you looked at the artillery's damage after that battle, it would be in the thousands. It would be over 2,000, 100%. I wouldn't be surprised to see kind of high 2,000s.
Yeah, Opolis did some really good stuff with it. I mean, it's not often that we see artillery doing that amount of work.
No.
But definitely he made a good use of it. And Caren Tiger, in the end, just able to clean up there on the second half of steps. So, I mean, efficiency, at least they got 1. But,
they needed the 1. They really did.
On paper here, they should go down 2-0 on Moravanko because it's not a terrible map for Caren Tiger.
I don't know. You see, I feel as though even though team efficiency haven't played Moravanko at all, right, at the end of the day, it is just a map. Right.
Yeah.
So they I'm sure they've seen other teams play it, and team efficiency, they're one of the teams that they'll just ban Moravanko because they think, it's imbalance for one side or something like that. We hate the forest. That is a reason enough for the guys like team efficiency to just say, oh yeah, let's ban this for the entire season. So it might be something silly like that. I'm not 100% sure.
But then the question becomes, why did they not ban it here against Caren Tiger? Because they did have a ban.
Well, secret weapon. There you go. Secret weapon.
I'm perplexed. I want to see something coming out here from Team Efficiency, but I find it impossible to call anything for Team Efficiency here when they have literally not played the map at all throughout the entire season. Like, there must be a reason that they don't play it. Like, surely you don't ban out a map that much that you don't play it. But, look, anyway, we'll see what happens here, but I'm calling Caren Tiger 2-0.
You're calling CT 2-0?
I think so.
Honestly, I will call CT 2-0, but not for the reason that team efficiency have never played Moravanko before, but just from the fact that team efficiency, they're not looking amazing at the moment. That's why I'm going to call CT 2-0.
Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter how you get there. We still think it's going to be a 2-0 for Caren Tiger. We're going to hope to see team efficiency really come back here and get at least 1 because,
I would love to see a 2-0 by team efficiency, honestly.
Well,
it's
possible. It's definitely possible.
The secret weapon.
Yeah, maybe. But look, if Caren Tiger 2-0 this one, 5-1, that's a massive deficit really for team efficiency. I don't think they'll be able to come back from that. I think they need to find something here on Moravanko, and we'll find out whether they're going to be able to do it. Tank lineup's coming in. Let's have a look and see what efficiency is going to be pulling off here. T125, T57 heavy, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, nothing super amazing. We do see that T57 heavy in there, which, I mean, obviously it is one of my favourite tanks. I think it's still sitting on around about a high 50s to low 60s win rate so far in our season. Well, at the end of our season, basically. And on the Caren Tiger side, they've got it as well. They've got the IS4s, which it is a bit of a personal preference between the IS4 and the IS7. I'm kind of a little bit of an IS4 convert, to be quite honest. I used to hate it, but it's got a little bit more HP buffer than the IS7. And at the end of the day, in competitive play, more HP, less armor, it gives you a more guaranteed result. Lessens the RNG, and that's what you're always looking for. So.
Does indeed, but let's have a look and see what Caren Tiger we're going to do here. Team efficiency starting off on the defense, so that means the ball is in Caren Tiger's court. We'll figure out what they want to do. Team efficiency immediately, their defense, it does look a lot different to what most teams tend to do. More, and who is that? Down towards the bottom of the map. I mean, it's Skell. There's another one. Not sure who it is. Safi maybe. Yeah, I think it's Safi down towards the bottom there with more You know, 2 tanks down there, especially considering Skell's pushed so far forward as well. This is different from team efficiency. I'll give them that. It really leaves them open, though, to Caren Tiger pushing straight onto this 1 flag and efficiency not being able to do a whole lot about it. So, see what Caren Tiger do. They have to figure out the hold that efficiency has got first, though.
Yep. And, well, they're going to be getting spotted out, actually, before they can do that. Dekamori Sane in that IS-4 as he moves out towards that 1 flag and puts that Tier 10 Soviet heavy tank in towards it. Bohan there in that T110E5 is going to be getting in there to try and get some resets happening. And both of those IS-4s actually aren't in the cap just yet. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yupa's not in it. There we go. Finally,
there we go. That's better.
But, yeah, this is going to be tough for Bohan to get resets now, considering the position that they're set up in. The side scrape is real. He's probably not even going to be able to see really much apart from Dekamori Sane's turret.
Might have like a pixel of Dekamori Sane's turret up there.
But
so
good luck penetrating that at that angle.
Yep.
And now what are we going to see from efficiency? They pushed into the
forest.
Shinozakit will be trying to hold them off, but actually Moore and Safi are going to peel off a little bit here. They're going to have to charge in there and try and get the reset on the cap because there's only 24 seconds left. Skell does put a shot into Shinozakit, but that's not the problem here for team efficiency. The problem is that timer that's ticking down ever so quickly. 15 seconds. There we go. There is the reset. Dekamori Sane taking a couple of shots now, and this is a good setup for team efficiency. Those 2 bad chats in the forest are just going to be able to pepper Dekamori Sane from the back, and he's been dropped down to 2,000 HP, well, down by 2,000 HP. Surely going to be going down relatively shortly. He doesn't have anywhere that he can go that's safe. He's pushing forward, he's pushing backward. He gets shot from the back, he gets shot from the front. There's nothing to do. To be honest, I'm surprised that he's still alive.
There we go.
Eventually, he does go down to JP Xerxes in team efficiency. Do find the first kill of the game, but Party gets dropped straight away afterwards. So a trade out, although Caren Tiger have lost a lot of HP, they have some work to do to get back into this one. And Dexter is coming in behind Yupa. There's nothing that Yupa can do. And where is
devastated.
the defense? Where's the defense from Caren Tiger?
Yeah, what's Shinozakit doing? He's out in the forest just having a little picnic there while Yupa is just getting annihilated on that flag. And JP Xerxes is going to be able to finish him off. Caren Tiger, look, we haven't seen a great impact from the rest of their tanks. A little focus.
These bat chats need to get involved right now because this is when the reloads are coming off for team efficiency. Opalisk, can he do anything? In the end, V actually takes down Dexter, and Opalisk is very low on HP, needs to get these final couple of shots across, and does manage to do that, so at least he's done his job, but I feel like Caren Tiger just lost a little bit too much early on there. Safi now will be coming onto the reload, and 3 versus 4. Bohan is very low in the T125, so this is by no means over, but it does look like Caren Tiger probably going to be dropping the first half of Moravanka here.
Yeah, it's looking like that as, well, Shinozakit's going to come around, maybe able to finish off Bohan right there in that T110E5, but Mudame actually might be able to get out JP Xerxes. These T57s could put out a lot of damage, so just like that, it is a 2v2, but Safi on full HP and almost reloaded.
Yeah. There's no way that they can deal with Safi. Like, Mudame, he has 1 or 2 shots left. Looks like it's just 1. And there was no way Shinozakit was coming off the reload there. No. So Safi will be able to clean up Mudame here if he shoots at the right direction.
That always helps. But, yeah, should be able to, there we go.
All right.
When he goes down, I was hoping for some incredible T57 bounces there, but not to be, of course. Those Batchat 25T tanks are going to be firing a pretty high penetration round using gold, of course. So, there we go. Caren Tiger losing it out on a map which Team Efficiency has never played this season.
Yeah, that's
in competitive play.
That's very surprising. I mean, it's not a map that Caren Tiger's super, like, they don't excel at. They don't play it a lot.
But I mean, like, just seeing what Team Efficiency there, I honestly think that they've done their research.
Yeah, it feels like they're quite comfortable on
it. It feels like they're very comfortable on it. For having never played it that season, I think what they've done is their strategy might have been at the start of the season just to say, okay, guys, we're just going to veto out Moravanka the entire season, and then we'll just have a boot camp week, you know, come playoffs, come finals, where we can just learn the map. And it seems like that's what they've done, honestly, because, you know, they were into the perfect positions in the forest to get the cap reset. They were expecting the cap reset. You know, they were just in the right positions, and that requires map knowledge.
Yeah, excellent stuff from Team Efficiency to start off here on Moravanka. Let's go ahead and have a look at the replays. Dekamori Sane got himself into all sorts of trouble.
Yes, no, and I'm not too sure what Shinozakit was doing there. Like, he was kind of in the forest the whole time. Like, just seems like not doing a great deal in that regard. And then he finally comes out. In the meantime, Yupa is just getting completely blown up. So a little bit of an issue there for Caren Tiger.
Yeah, it was too little too late here for Caren Tiger. I mean, they got a few kills once those Bat Chats finally joined the fight, but they just came in way too late. Both the IS-4s were down by then. Just weren't able to do anything about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And, well, Skell and Safi finishing off Murame. And that was it. So, overall, some pretty good plays there by, well, team efficiency, all of them, I think. That was a very concerted team effort there to win. You know, they had the T1, T95 in the right place. They had the T57s in the right place, the Bat Chats in the right place, and there you go, just like that. They even up the score, 3-2.
Well, we'll have to see what they can do on their attacking side, though. I mean, that's the question here, really, isn't it?
It's hard to attack a Muravanka, I
Yeah.
find, particularly when these teams, when you're playing against a team that knows how to defend, you know, it becomes very, very hard to, you know, you can't really get onto the one flag without taking control of the forest. And then, you know, if you take control of the forest, then you leave yourself vulnerable to getting rushed on the one flag. And lots of factors to kind of consider when you're making the attack here on Muravanka that, well, I suppose we're about to find out as to where that team efficiency have jotted them down in their notebook, so to speak. But I mean, look, for anyone that's watching out there at home, definitely get your own notebook out, because these players that we are seeing today in the WGL APAC playoffs are some of the best I think we've seen this season already, Jordan. We've got a highlight reel full of just that first best of 13 between B Gaming and their opponents there. But Horsemen overall, and I think Caren Tiger this time, if they can sharpen up a little bit on the attack of well, on the defensive side of Muravanka here, then, well, they should be pretty good to set it up for a 4-2 leading into our next map, which will be Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, and Himmelsdorf on paper, that probably favours Caren Tiger a little bit as well, but don't want to get too far into that discussion just yet.
No.
I think, you know, going on to the defensive side here for Caren Tiger, traditionally, actually, the attacking side of Muravanka has been their better side. Admittedly, they haven't played a whole lot of Muravanka, so it's hard to get a read on how they're, you know, how their sides are favouring, but definitely just from the small portion of statistics that we have here, you know, Muravanka defense not so kind to them, but definitely, you know, they know how to pick up wins there, and we'll see if they can do it up against team efficiency, who, you know, there's still a lot of questions around on Muravanka. I mean, what are they going to do on their attacking side? We don't really know. We haven't seen them. Like, how can we even begin to speculate what team efficiency is going to do here when we haven't seen them at all?
Yeah,
play on Muravanka.
Very, very tricky to see that, but overall here on Muravanka, I guess, I mean, it is good to see in the playoffs, because it does kind of show whether these teams are able to adapt to maps which they aren't really familiar with, and that's the great thing about the best of 13 format, which we have for the playoffs and, of course, the finals as well.
Yep.
So it is really interesting to see all of the different maps, you know, picked by these teams, and yeah, maps that we don't get to see throughout the season, like Muravanka here, very much. And if team efficiency can pull out the win here on the attack, if T go 2-0 on Muravanka, I'm going to be really surprised.
Yeah.
Like, really surprised, because they banned it out for the whole season. If they can go 2-0 on it now, then, you know, it's like, well, why'd you ban it out for the whole season, guys? Like, are you really keeping it as a secret weapon, or?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out if they do go 2-0. But look, if they do manage to pull up 2 rounds here, bring it back to a 3-3, well, then that's suddenly looking a whole lot more favourable than a 4-2, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, again, another important one coming out here for team efficiency. Caren Tiger, it's quite important for them as well to get off to, you know, well, get the advantage again. I mean, they don't want to let efficiency get back into this one. They've done a pretty good job of having the advantage. They were at a 3-1, but to bring it back to 3-3, you know, that's essentially no lead at all, of course. But it's just sort of the momentum that efficiency is going to be able to pull off from this 2-0, theoretical 2-0 on Muravanka, and then maybe roll over Himmelsdorf, which they're not bad at. And then next map after that, Cliff, which is a map that team efficiency have been pretty good at.
Well, actually, yeah, if we get to Cliff, honestly, then...
Well, the trouble with Cliff as well is that's kind of the same situation here as what we're seeing on Muravanka, but flipped. Caren Tiger don't like to play Cliff. They've played it, 3 times the entire season?
Exactly.
They don't have a very good win-loss ratio on it.
That's what I was about to say. Caren Tiger are not a Cliff team.
No.
You know, when Caren Tiger can't pick heavies, I don't think they feel super comfortable, sort of thing. At least 1 or 2. But Cliff, you know, the 7 Bat Chats, doesn't scream Caren Tiger to me. So
No.
that might be an obstacle once we come up there to Cliff. And even if Team Efficiency win this one here and go to 3, and then 2 more. Oh, sorry. Even if Caren Tiger win this one, go here and go to 4, and then 2 more and go to 6. They're still going to need to win one on Cliff to actually take it out on a 7th.
Yeah.
So very much a very much a tricky one.
Well, so this is how I would think it would play out. Team Efficiency on Himmelsdorf, that's their pick. I feel like that maybe slightly favours Caren Tiger, but I think that would probably be a 1-1.
Yeah.
Cliff, I can definitely see that being a 2-0 for Team Efficiency, because I think they're a much better side than Caren Tiger.
Yeah.
And then Ruenberg, that one could also be a 1-1. So it does come very much down to how this turns out for, well, both these teams here on Muravanka. Let's find out. We've got our tank picks ready. An important one coming out here in the grand scheme of things. And, okay.
Crusader there for Caren Tiger. It's a pretty interesting one. But apart from that, we have got on their lineup something which I am not a massive fan of. They've actually locked in the 2 T110 E5s. So going to be going with those Tier 10 American heavy tanks. Nice, strong turret armor on those ones. And on the Team Efficiency side, that T57 heavy, again, I always like to see the T57. And on the attack, it's good to have a little bit more bulk in their forces, I guess.
Well, let's see what Opolis can do here in the Crusader SP. We have seen him do a pretty good job of that artillery so far throughout this series on the Lorraine, but definitely the Crusader is not a tank that we see very much.
Well, it's not, but I actually played the... was it? No, it wasn't the Crusader, but it was the FV 207 just 2 days ago. Having a kind of play around in that.
This is the one that drives faster backwards than it does forwards.
Yeah.
I never understood this tank. But
it's a funny one. But obviously it does feature 140mm howitzer. And like you said, does have a higher reverse top speed and quite a low shell arc on that one. But the good thing about the Crusader SP is that its shells do travel very fast, so good to catch out these bat shots, etc. And interesting that Opolis is actually going to be going with the Binox on that one as well.
yeah, Binox is a little interesting for an artillery. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Anyways, Dekamori is going to be trying to get a few shots on towards Dexter, but gets spotted out himself. And it's not really going to result in anything, as we do see Caren Tiger, again, just getting boxed in a little bit here by Team Efficiency. TE have really got some pretty good offensive positions, pushed all the way up to near the 2 flag there. Skell's actually going to be getting himself almost on towards the 2 flag, which...
Oh, I don't know about this. He hasn't been spotted out just yet. I mean, to be fair, he's in a 1390. Oh, there we go. He's been spotted out now. So, he'll have to back out. I didn't think there was going to be much chance of him getting onto that 2 flag without being spotted. So, now Efficiency, they're going to have to explore somewhere else. I think that 2 flag push is necessarily the right idea.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but overall, we'll have to wait and see whether it works out for them. As Bohan does take a little bit of a shot, I think, from Dekamori Sano, trading it out between the 113 and...
Oh, no, not quite.
No, almost. I mean, it's got a fast reload, the Crusader SP, so he's gonna have another crack.
He just keeps firing away.
Come on, go, son.
Bohan's not spotted anymore, though, so that's probably why he's holding off on the shot here.
Yeah. A little bit disappointing. But, I like the idea of having an artillery piece here on the Muravanka defense. It does make sense, because you're not really going to get rushed. That's not really an option. Right towards the arty, so the arty goes down first. That's never going to happen. It is often going to be a bit more of a extended fight where most tanks are out in the open. Obviously, Muravanka quite an open map, so yeah, not bad.
Safi's been spotted out. Opolis, that might have been a shot from Opolis going into party. That's quite a significant amount of damage. All right. Oh, not so sure. Not so sure.
But yeah, I love having a British Tier 7 arty in here. It really does shake things up. Yeah. We'll see how it goes at the end. But overall, a good start here by Caren Tiger. Would have liked to have seen them deny Team Efficiency a little bit more map control and vision than Team Efficiency currently have, because at the moment, TE know basically exactly where Caren Tiger are. If you ask Team Efficiency to say, play Minefield on the mini-map,
yeah,
and
Minesweeper.
Yeah, Minesweeper on the mini-map, and pick out where Caren Tiger were, they'd have a pretty good idea.
More than likely. Skell is, though, going to get onto the flag, and he's spotted out here, so he doesn't want to be sitting around still for too long, knowing that there is an artillery on the opposing team. 1390, of course, is going to be prime suspect or prime target for Opalisk, really. Not when it's moving, though. Skell becomes unspotted. He's going to have another crack at getting onto this flag, is he? Not quite.
Oh, no. There's another artillery shell comes there and almost hits more, but not quite. So
there we go. Skell's back on the flag, but once again he's spotted. So he'll have to back off here. You can't afford to be sitting on that flag, sitting still.
I'm not too sure what Team Efficiency's end game is here, because they're pushing kind of really close to Caren Tiger, but the issue is that they don't have all of their tanks in that one sort of area where they can make a coordinated push and actually make it work with all 7 players. If they try and make a push now, then it's going to be like a 3-on-3, a 2-on-1, then a 2-on-3 sort of thing. So, not sure about that. But anyways, JP Xerxes there in that T57 Heavy. He's going to be moving up just a little bit.
Skell's finally managed to get onto that 2 flag unspotted.
Oh, that's good. Good news.
So that is good for Team Efficiency, and that's what they've been trying to do so far for the last few minutes. It's looking like JP Xerxes there in that T57 Heavy. He is going to be making his way up, getting a few shots across, unloading that clip, but not hitting too much. In fact, not hitting any in that one. As Caren Tiger, in the meantime, going to be maybe moving on to more. Well, Caren Tiger are going to have to make a move shortly, and Moore would be the prime suspect. He's essentially surrounded at the moment. We're going to have to see Team Efficiency really get in there and get some sort of a backup here for Moore. Looks like he might actually be able to get out okay.
Oh.
As I say that, though, he takes a shot. Another one whizzes past, but he does manage to actually get to some degree of safety. But Caren Tiger, look at Polly. He gets dropped so low. 53 seconds left. Still a lot of time for Caren Tiger to play with here, but slowly but surely, their tanks are dropping, their HP is dropping. Accio V gets taken to 26 HP.
Very, very low there. Accio V lucky to be alive.
Skell's off the cap, though, at least.
Yeah, Skell is off the cap, so that's the thing. We only have 2 minutes and 50 seconds left for this one, and with Skell off the cap, that is going to be an issue, I think. So he does get himself back on it. So again, the cap pressure is going to return on towards Caren Tiger. But Team Efficiency, as they're moving the rest of their tanks on towards the cap, they're taking a few shots, a few missing as well. But this is very much going to be going down to the wire here for Team Efficiency as they make their way onto the cap.
Yeah, Caren Tiger actually have a bit of a HP advantage, interestingly enough. Starting off, well, we'll see what happens here, though, really. Haven't seen much from that Crusader SP in the last few minutes either. So something there that Caren Tiger might need to be aware of. See if they can get any more damage out of that one. There goes another shell missing. Caren Tiger have 30 seconds left to get the reset onto this cap, and they should be able to do that with reasonable ease. They're going to have to fight their way through Safi and JP Xerxes, though. But Dexter has been spotted out. He's one of the players on the cap there.
Ricochet.
And yeah, as you're right, lots of bounces going off Dekamori Sane there. There was not yet a reset. I thought there might have been one, but in the end, not quite. Dexter will actually take down Shinozaka here, and this is starting to look a little dangerous for Caren Tiger. Are they going to be able to get in there and get the reset? Upa, T125, Mordame, T125. They're not very quick tanks. They're not
Mordame's down.
Yeah, they're not going to get in there. It's going to be Team Efficiency to 2-0 Muravanka.
Oh my goodness. After an entire season of Team Efficiency.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Vetoing Muravanka like it was some sort of, like it was a leper or something. Like, I don't
They
know.
didn't want anything to do with Muravanka for the whole season, and then they 2-0 Caren Tiger. I mean, to be fair, Caren Tiger's not the best Muravanka team, but just boggles my mind a little bit.
Yeah, it boggles my mind too.
You'll have to ask someone why.
Why? We will have to ask someone
That's what I
why.
wanna know.
You guys should ask someone why, because after this game, definitely Team Efficiency will be, I'm sure, joining the stream chat. So give them a bit of a Q&A.
Well, hey,
for
hang
us.
on. Team Efficiency might be playing in the next game. We don't know yet.
Yeah, but they'll still, got a break. So
Well, yeah, okay, maybe. I don't know. It depends if they want to focus in on the next game or if they want to talk to Twitch chat. We'll see.
they're TE. They'll want to talk to
They
Twitch chat.
probably will, to be fair. But look, to be honest, Team Efficiency being able to 2-0 Muravanka there, excellent result. Brings it back to 3-3.
Yep.
And this is definitely starting to get a little bit closer.
This is what we expected.
expected
A
it
nice
to be
close
close.
game.
Let's have a look at the replays.
Okay, let's take a look. So, I mean, this is pretty much it. So, overall, Caren Tiger just couldn't get the reset. And, yeah, I mean, it really was as simple as that. And a little bit of a nod to the good play of Team Efficiency on the flag, Dexter and Skell. They were actually moving about quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that meant that, obviously, that artillery piece, Opalesque was still alive. I think he just did miss one shot.
Yeah.
Potentially due to the fact that they were moving. I mean, I would have honestly expected him to be able to hit one on towards the flag cappers, but obviously wasn't the case.
It's not so easy sometimes with the artillery, really. Bit of RNG involved, I think.
There is, but
Yeah, but having a look over here, next map, Himmelsdorf. We know it's a very comfortable map for Caren Tiger, probably one of their best maps. They're very, very strong on it, but efficiency similarly, it's not they're not bad on Himmelsdorf. I wouldn't say it's one of Efficiency's best maps. So, to be fair, it's not a bad situation now for Efficiency. They can afford to lose 0-2 here on Himmelsdorf. Even it is Efficiency's pick, I'll put that out there, but I still think Caren Tiger have the advantage going into it.
I think so
but,
as well.
But even if, let's say, in a horrible world for Team Efficiency, they go down 0-2 here on Himmelsdorf, the next maps after that, well, they're going to be down 5-3. Cliff, Team Efficiency map.
Yep.
Rurenberg, maybe slightly favouring Team Efficiency, but I think that one will be a 1-1. So,
yeah,
to be honest, I don't think it's the worst situation here for Caren Tiger. If they can find, for Team Efficiency rather, if they can find a 1-1 on Himmelsdorf, I'll be happy with that.
I think so. Yeah, 1-1 would be okay, completely okay for Team Efficiency on Himmelsdorf. However, I like Caren Tiger, and I bet that Caren Tiger would win this series 7-6. So I'm going to lock in my prediction after I see the tank picks, of course, because who knows, maybe Caren Tiger will pick some T110 E3s, in which case I'll instantly switch sides and say that Team Efficiency will win. But overall, I think Caren Tiger definitely have the probability here to 2-0 Himmelsdorf. Even though it is Team Efficiency's pick, Caren Tiger have always looked comfortable on Himmelsdorf. It is very much a Caren Tiger map. They like getting into their heavies. They like getting into nice little urban fights, etc. So
yeah, it really begs the question for me here, though. Why did Team Efficiency pick Himmelsdorf before they picked Cliff? Because they have these two picks, right? So they have pick number 4 and 5 essentially in terms of the maps. They could have gone Cliff Himmelsdorf, but they decided to go Himmelsdorf Cliff. So they must feel like they're better on Himmelsdorf, or they have a better chance against Caren Tiger on Himmelsdorf here. And I mean, also you have to question why did they pick Steps as well.
Yeah.
My first pick as Team Efficiency would have been Cliff. Because they're very good at it. Caren Tiger's not very good at it, but that's just my point of view. Obviously, they have a different one. Let's have a look and find out whether or not Team Efficiency is correct in their Himmelsdorf pick. Starting off with a grill. That's something different.
That is
on the attack.
Something quite different here on Himmelsdorf, and I actually think that is something probably, well, I was about to say suboptimal, but when you think about it, when these teams pick the FV4005, and the FV4005, has, it is honestly actually squishier than a grill. It is less survivable than a grill because it doesn't have the speed. It has 4 times the signature, and the FV4005, there are definitely times when it doesn't work because if you go up against a tank with spaced armor or some really good frontal armor, then the Hesh just isn't going to do what it needs to. So in that sort of a situation, I suppose, technically speaking, the grill isn't a bad pick. I still prefer the FV4005 because it can one-shot things.
Much more exciting as a spectator.
Much more exciting as a spectator, but think it's not a bad pick.
All right. Well, Caren Tiger putting a big premium on that railway for the moment.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
Wow.
decision considering team efficiency. Look like they're posturing in that direction.
Oh, and Caren Tiger have already spotted out one, but now Team Efficiency get to spot out a second one. You can just see Bohan on the mini-map. As soon as they spot out the second one, he just pauses for a moment, but it looks like we're going to be seeing a nice early fight here on the railway. Bohan already taken over 800 damage as the fight breaks out.
Yeah, team efficiency losing so much HP here. Dexter gets absolutely wrecked there. Caren Tiger have started off fantastically. Safi is going to go down very shortly, you'd have to think as well. He's been dropped to 635. In the end, he goes down to Shinozakit. 2-tank advantage here for Caren Tiger. Massive HP advantage as well. They almost have double the HP that Team Efficiency does right now. And, well, you couldn't have asked for a better start there for Caren Tiger. A good shot comes out of Party into Akio V, but it's not enough to finish off the kill. And now Opal is coming around
Party's
through the back
destroyed.
in the RU251. This is basically Team Efficiency's worst nightmare here on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, it is not looking good for Team Efficiency at all as Opalis takes a big shot and he is going to be taking down Party after that. Modame taking down the 113 of JP Xerxes there, and at the end of the day with only 3 tanks left, there's no way that Team Efficiency can come back in towards this one after that. Bohan is going to be going now next and more finally after that, and that was just an unfortunate twist of fate there for Team Efficiency. Wrong place, wrong time. It's Caren Tiger.
Yep.
They took the fight and they win the fight.
They very much win the fight there. Team Efficiency, they just either weren't expecting Caren Tiger to be in that position or just
Obviously not.
They mustn't have, otherwise they wouldn't have pushed in like that. So
But that's the thing, they spotted 2 Caren Tiger tanks before they pushed out. Bohan, he spotted 2. And Team Efficiency were like, okay, well, look, they did have all of their tanks there, so they just went for the fight. I honestly think it was just half the fact due to the, like, Team Efficiency had a worse brawling lineup than Caren Tiger. You know,
Yeah.
Caren Tiger had the FV4005, Team Efficiency had the grill. And Caren Tiger had the better shots. Obviously, they got the first shot with the FV4005 with the onto the 113 that was crossing the road.
Yep.
You know, first shots are key. That was 800 damage. You know, so.
this is the situation where I really wish we could hear like the in-game comms or something so that we could know why did they push in like that? Why did they decide to do that? You know, like, because from our perspective, it looks like a strange decision, but from someone else's perspective, you know, it could be, well, we thought we would win that fight. But they didn't, quite clearly. Caren Tiger completely smashed that first half there of Himmelsdorf. And like we said, we thought Caren Tiger had the advantage there on Himmelsdorf. So I'm not particularly worried for team efficiency. I think even if they lose the second one here, they'll be okay. But to lose like that, that's something else.
Yep. No, I think so. And that really is something else. And I don't think I've seen a Himmelsdorf game go that quick, like, ever.
No.
I mean, that was super, super, super quick. So I think the last time we saw something go that quick was like a 2-flag cap rush or something like that that instantly worked. But look, overall, Caren Tiger started off very well. Now they've got to actually win a proper game. But let's take a look at the replays for that one to see how Caren Tiger
Don't you mean
won the
let's
brawl.
take a look at the whole match again?
Sorry, yes.
Because that's
the whole
pretty
match
much
again.
what this is going to be, the replay.
Yeah,
It's not a long match, so we're going to pretty much see almost everything that happened there. And, well...
Okay, great focus on towards on towards Safi, rather. Safi goes down. JP Xerxes is the next one. Just really good focus here from Team Efficiency. Caren Tiger.
Caren Tiger, you mean?
Sorry, from Caren Tiger. Team Efficiency, just no real response.
Yeah, like they got rid of the 50B, they got rid of the bat chat. They weren't really particularly bothered by the 113s. I mean, Moors survived for a long time here, but after they got rid of those 2 tanks, Caren Tiger, they were pretty much going to win that fight no matter what.
Yeah.
So at that point, they could just focus down the easiest tank to shoot.
Yep.
And there you go. I mean, Moore picked up 2 at the end, but who cares, really? Caren Tiger certainly don't.
Nope.
They go up 4 and 3. And, well, now here on the second half, they're going to move over to the attack. Generally speaking, a little bit more favoured on Himmelsdorf is the attack. So Caren Tiger are going to be feeling good about how this has started off here on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, I think so. So Caren Tiger definitely going to be looking confident moving in towards this one. I would expect on the attack here, I wouldn't be surprised to see a FV4005 coming out from Caren Tiger again. You know, it's worked for them there. It's worked for them in the past, so why not, I guess. And apart from that, apart from the FV4005, we could be getting maybe maybe even a WZ or two on the attack. I wouldn't be surprised to see Caren Tiger going with those if they're not going to be locking in the AMX 1390. So nothing wrong with a 2 tier 9 setup.
I think they usually pick T10s if they're going to go for a tier 9.
They do, but recently we have been seeing the WZ one.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of a shift.
I would like to see that because I think the T10's good. Look, the T10 statistically, really good win rate. I think it's still sitting on high 60s percentage win rate throughout our entire season. So it's a very good tank still, but I like the WZ111 just a little bit more. I mean, but yeah, absolutely. Like you said, nothing wrong with the T10, either or. Much of a muchness, and they both work. So.
Well, team efficiency, they'll be wanting to fight back into this one here, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm a little perplexed how that one turned out so quickly in the favour of Caren Tiger, but efficiency do have their chances here to turn it around, and we'll see what tanks they're going to be taking away. 4005 on the defense again.
Okay, yeah, 4005 on the defense this time for team efficiency, and Caren Tiger are going to be going with that IS4. Apart from that, nothing too crazy on, well, either side really, but I do like the FE4005. Of course, with that big 183mm cannon, the exact same cannon that is on the FE215B 183, another British Tier 10 tank destroyer, which can deal upwards of 2.2 thousand damage per shot with those Hesh shells, aka high explosive squashed head, effective against everything apart from spaced armor. For those that don't know, those Hesh shells that the FV4005 fires stick onto the armor and create a lot of spool, and generally an unpleasant experience for all inside at the time. But in the meantime, let's actually focus back on towards Skell, because he's having an unpleasant experience.
Yeah.
Dropped down to 514 health.
Party's been spotted out there as well, but he's doing, or faring a little better than Skell is. Still, Skell manages to survive, so that's what he needs. Caren Tiger, though, again, have started off relatively well. It's a small advantage, but at least it's something.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad from Caren Tiger, just getting a nice early little bit of damage. And knowing team efficiency, they're not going to be too happy about that. Party, in the meantime, has been spotted. That's always useful for Caren Tiger to know where the tank that can one-shot half their team is. Or actually one-shot, potentially speaking, most of their team, apart from AkiOV in that IS4. And, well, Party's probably not going to be wanting to shoot at that one anyway. But Caren Tiger, I'm going to be having to be a little bit careful here, because Polly is kind of getting crept up upon as team efficiency try almost what looks to be what was tried on them last round, pushing up all the way down the rail line. And with Polly in the spot where he's at, he's got to be really careful, because there's about to be some tanks poking around the corner and shooting him. Well,
yeah, I kind of like this from efficiency. Just trying to, well, that was a little interesting. But I like that they're trying to take the fight here to Caren Tiger, and there's a very good chance that they do catch Polly off guard here. If he rotates back through that church, he's going to be under a lot of pressure, and taking a shot there from Bohan, that's going to start to force him back here. This is when team efficiency could start to strike, but Yupa and Dekamori Sane, they don't know that those two tanks are there, or they know Dekamori Sane is there. They had spotted out Yupa previously, and so they do actually pre-fire that corner. Caren Tiger, looks like they're getting the worst for wear here at the moment, although JP Xerxes takes a couple of shots. Still, team efficiency with the HP advantage for now.
Yeah, just a slight HP advantage here for team efficiency. Party, however, is very much ready to strike in that FV4005. I'd almost like to see him come up a little bit more and maybe be a little bit more proactive, a little bit more forward in that Tier 10 tank destroyer. As it's looking like the rest of Caren Tiger moving around a little bit and retreating from their spots, but unfortunately they've left poor old Polly in that AMX 50B all on his lonesome down the bottom there, and you can just see him getting circled by a swarm of red bees. Yep. JP Xerxes one, Dexter the other, and he is surely going to get taken down.
Team efficiency desperately need to win this fight though, because there is that cap starting off on towards the two flag. Shinozakat's up there as well for Caren Tiger, so if efficiency don't win this fight, they're going to be in all sorts of bother, and at the moment, to be honest, it doesn't really look like they're winning the fight. Moore has been dropped very low on HP. At least they're being able to get the kills, but they're losing quite a lot of HP as well. Are we going to see Caren Tiger actually respond though, because they need to pick up some of these kills of their own, And they're just not doing that. So
Well,
maybe...
they're missing a bat chat. Shino Zakat is up the top.
Yeah.
He's not in the fight.
But
so
committing to this 2 flag is not the correct decision from Caren
Yeah.
Tiger. There's no way. There's no way they can cap this out
Yep.
without getting a reset. So this is the incorrect call from Caren Tiger. Shinozaka did need to be in that fight, as you say. Maybe there's a chance they can clean up all these low HP tanks, but there's the reset coming out. Shinozaka gets popped up by Skell in the RU-251.
They haven't taken down a single member from Team Efficiency. There's no way that this is going to work. 20 seconds left on the cap, and they're in tank. Like, you need to at least take down the Bat Chat and the RU-251 that can get there fast before you try, before you try a desperation cap against 7 tanks.
Yeah.
I think that's just not going to work, guys.
Well, it's going to be a 1-1 on Himmelsdorf after all said and done. Unless Zupo can do something magnificent, but I mean, yeah, he'll be able to take Bohan, but he's not going to be able to take down Party as well.
I think we're really stretching it there, but yeah, you're right. He's not going to be able to take down all of them. Actually, who can he take down? Oh no, not
No one.
Party. No one. No one. No one. No one. No one. No one.
4-4. Team Efficiency pick up the second half there on Himmelsdorf, and like we said, close can be.
Yep.
It is as close as it can get. But now, this is where I start to feel like it can swing back in the favor of Efficiency. Now
Yeah.
that these maps start to come out.
I agree. Like, now that Cliff's coming out, I think, like you said, Caren Tiger not so confident on Cliff. It's not really a map for them, and I honestly wouldn't even be surprised to see Caren Tiger doing something silly like picking a heavy tank here on Cliff, something like that.
I think we saw Meltdown pick a bunch of FE215Bs on Cliff. It wasn't on stream.
And it didn't work, did it?
I think it did, actually. But
they like playing Run or Twist or something?
yeah, they were not playing a top team.
Yeah.
So,
And unfortunately, a bit of an update for those of you who may have been following our previous top 12 teams and the 4 who were sadly eliminated at the end of this season, Gold Bass, Epic Gear, Profit, Run and Twist. Unfortunately, the bottom 3,
choking up a little
Run.
bit, Alex. Bit sad about that.
I'm really sad about that, Jordan. Run, Twist and Epic Gear, Profit. Look, they all played in our Silver Mavericks tournament, and unfortunately, they all got eliminated.
Goodbye, Twist. Oh well.
Oh well.
That's not what we're here to talk about.
No.
We're here to talk about Team Efficiency, Caren Tiger. The replay's coming out.
Yep, let's take a look. So, Caren Tiger here. Yeah, look, they almost, in a way, it was quite similar to to how they won. Like, they just let Team Efficiency push all the way down the rail yard. And Polly was caught out, so Polly was essentially a free kill for Efficiency. Caren Tiger, it was very much a stragglers-filled battle because they weren't able to take down any primary targets. They just spread their damage over the entirety of Team Efficiency. So really, really unfortunate there.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Caren Tiger definitely...
And that's the time when you can see where sometimes the hash in the FE4005 just doesn't work.
Yeah.
He's shooting at the back of an AMX 50B.
Yeah.
Right, with hash. And if you're shooting AP, guaranteed minimum 1k damage pretty much. And then you shoot hash, 700. Even though it's got not great armor for a heavy tank and you're shooting at the back of it. So
Oh well.
oh well.
After Himmelsdorf, it's a 1-1 there. It's a 4-4 overall. We're going to be heading on to Cliff. That is Team Efficiency's pick. It's their last pick. It's really kind of the last pick out of all of them. Ruinberg was the remaining map.
Yeah.
So Team Efficiency, they obviously favouring Cliff here over Ruinberg just a little bit. And I think that's the correct decision. I mean, their Ruinberg is not bad, but I think their Cliff is better in relation to Caren Tiger. Caren Tiger are a little bit more comfortable on Ruinberg than they are on Cliff. So I like this pick from Team Efficiency. I'm sad to see it this far down, to be honest. I think they should have had it higher up in their pick order, but at least we're seeing it come out here, and I think this is where it swings away for Team Efficiency. I think this is where they pick up the 2-0.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon a 2-0 for Team Efficiency?
I think so.
Ooh, well, it's tricky. That's very tricky because I think Team Efficiency, I mean, they've just played that one well, but Caren Tiger is still playing well as well. And saying a 2-0 is a little bit maybe stretching it, so...
We saw a 2-0 on Muravanka.
We did see a 2-0 on Muravanka.
We saw a 2-0 on Ghost Town as well. So it's possible. Obviously, the Ghost Town one was Caren Tiger.
I think we're going to see a 1-1.
All right.
I'm going to call 1-1 here
Yeah.
on Cliff. It's going to be a tight 1-1. Caren Tiger aren't going to win it easily, but it will be a 1-1. So that will even us up, in theory, 5-5.
5-5. Well,
So, like, if it ends up like that, then like we thought, we're going the distance with this best of 13, Jordan.
well, yeah, look, at this point, knowing the maps that are coming out, I think it's 2-0 Cliff, 1-1 Ruinberg, in which case, team efficiency win.
Right. What if it's 1-1-1-1?
7-5. If it's 1-1-1-1, then I have to know what the decider map is before I make my prediction. Although,
There you
admittedly, I said team efficiency 7-6, but like it's so close, really, that it could definitely go either way. Especially in a tiebreaker. Like if it gets to a tiebreaker, we know how good Caren Tiger are at those tiebreakers. They're the most experienced team in tiebreakers. They've been in the most.
Yep.
So.
And looking through the stats for these players throughout the season, you can actually see Caren Tiger in terms of their total stats, like the average total damage dealt of each Caren Tiger member, and the top kills of each Caren Tiger member is so much higher than just about every other team in the season, just because they've played all those extra games.
Yeah.
So it really really does show, and again, those extra games, they do translate into extra experience. It's kind of like on MasterChef, when the contestants get knocked down into the eliminations, and they have to be the ones that cook. They gain a little bit more experience there, kind of like the MasterChef of tanking, right?
I honestly have no idea where you were going with that analogy.
Well, obviously don't watch MasterChef.
I don't.
But anyways, look, right now we should probably focus a little bit on Caren Tiger and team efficiency and what they're going to be cooking up for their tank lineups. So let's take a look at those ones on Cliff.
Well, nothing surprising there.
No, there you go. I mean, yeah, I suppose I might have been expecting something weird from Caren Tiger, but no, they still know how to play Cliff and still know that you don't pick heavy tanks on Cliff, and they're going with the Bat Chats, TVP, and the AE251. So, I mean, yeah, there you go, nothing too crazy. On the team efficiency side, they've got the TVP, and the only difference is they're going to be going with the 2 Tier 9 Bat Chats. So, it is often a personal preference between these teams.
I like the 2 Tier 9 Bat Chats.
I like the 2 Tier 9s as well.
What I'm surprised about here for Caren Tiger is they haven't gone for a T49.
Yeah.
That's what not always, but we very often see come out from Caren Tiger. Opalisk loves that tank.
He does. Opalisk is a big fan of the T49. So here we go. Cliff, of course. Very mobility-focused map. And let's see where these teams head out to on the start. So,
well, Caren Tiger starting off on the defense, efficiency on the attack. And for now, it does look like we might be seeing a bit of an early fight come to the fore. These teams are very close together. Surely would have spotted each other out from that position. There we go.
There we go. So, nice early spots coming out there. And we do see Shino Zakat in the bat chat, looking to get a few shots down, but nothing happening just yet. Opalisk is back down on that one line, looking down on towards team efficiency. As Caren Tiger might be looking to make a little bit of a push in. That doesn't quite work for Uber. He does take one and not get one back in return. But overall, quite a tentative start to Cliff. Really, we're used to seeing some, kind of explosive rushes, but we haven't seen it so far tonight. All teams, Horseman, B Gaming, Caren Tiger, team efficiency, just playing it a little bit more conservatively. And
I just think they don't want to be the one to make the mistake. None of the teams really want to be the one to throw away their chance at getting through to the finals. So they're all just playing a little bit safer than perhaps they ordinarily would. And well, so far it's worked out for B Gaming. At the moment, it's hard to tell who's going to go through here between efficiency and Caren Tiger.
As right now we do see team efficiency just looking to get a few shots on towards Mudame Yupa and Polly. They're not committing to anything just yet, and in the meantime, Dexter's engine is damaged. You don't want your engine to be damaged in a bat chat. That's not great. But Yupa there's going to get chunked by Safi and Bohan. Bohan, the tanker that normally likes playing in these heavy tanks, obviously quite at home in a bat chat as well, because he's just unleashed an entire clip.
Well,
almost.
Yeah, almost an entire clip. He's got one shot left, but the first kill is going to go the way of Skell. Yupa goes down. Poly will follow soon after. Team of Efficiency look like they've timed this one pretty well. They pick up very quickly a couple of kills, but they should be losing a couple of tanks of their own. There's actually a third kill going the way of Team Efficiency. More does get traded out there, but Bolognese, Dekamori Sane has really no chance of surviving here. He didn't have any shots left in the clip that he could really fight back with, and Bolognese finds an easy kill there. So 5 versus 3, almost 4 versus 3, considering Dexter's so low on HP, but really Team Efficiency have come out here, they've looked good, they've picked up those shots, and Opalisk on the other side of the map, not really having much of a part to play here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I see the idea that Opalisk was a bit of a scout, but I mean, just leaving him back there, he's still at B1, and he's still doing like, not a great deal, to be completely honest. So maybe a bit of a error in positioning there from Mr. Opalisk. But right now, Akio up top is going to have the old Mexican standoff of the bat chats, waiting for Safi to reload. Safi's back up now and should be able to take him out. Akio does give it a good crack, but Safi's going to be able to finish him off instead. Team Efficiency with 5 tanks still alive. Very, very solid push there, and look, it shows their confidence on the map. It shows that you know, their experience on the map as well. And Opalisk, he's not going to be able to do anything.
Nope. He might get a reset, but there's no way Efficiency loses from this point. So, been a good start for Efficiency here.
I thought Opalisk was going to drive off.
Yeah, I thought he might just drive off as well. Probably would have been better for him, to be honest.
Probably. Oh, well.
Considering what was waiting from him there for Team Efficiency, but they close out the first half of Cliff, and a very good score for them. You know, having 5 tanks left alive, they'll feel very comfortable about that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, that was the defensive side of Cliff for Caren Tiger as well. So overall, you know, that might be the side where you feel so Caren Tiger are a little bit more confident on, even though technically speaking they haven't won one this season. They've only played one.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a little bit easier to maintain the defensive side than it is to, you know, go on the attack, I feel. But maybe Caren Tiger will be able to change it up a little bit here on the attack and, I don't know, put a little bit more effort into it, a little bit more thought into their attack, how they go about things here on Cliff. But overall, great little bit of positioning play there by Team Efficiency. Really, it was just a well-executed Cliff attack. There's not much more to say.
No.
They pushed in when they needed to. They've got the focus fire very well. And, yeah, just took it from there, really.
Exactly. The focus fire was really what won it there for Team Efficiency. They got in, they knew what tanks they needed to get down. They all fired in that direction. And there you go. Take 2 tanks off the field straight away. It was even 3, I think, before they lost a tank. Let's have a look at the replay here, and we'll see how Team Efficiency went about things. But, well, I think the story is really just all Team Efficiency there. There's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got completely blown up. And
Yeah, so they get 2 at least. So they got 2 before they lost the tank, and they immediately traded out the loss as well.
yeah.
So,
And that's the advantage of having the extra, the tier 9 bat chats as opposed to the RU251. Is that the RU251, the Opalisk, was literally doing nothing. You know, he could have been a tier 9 bat chat. He could have been helping out his team there. You know, putting out however much damage in a clip, and really doing a lot better. But not going to be happening. And in the meantime, well, the rest of his team just got dismantled. And Akio at the end there just, unfortunately, wasn't able to have much of an impact. I think Caren Tiger, they needed to stop those 2 Team Efficiency tanks very early on who pushed up towards the hill. I think it was Bohan and Dexter from memory, or Bohan and Safi, that, you know, got up there nice and early on and really dominated from that position.
well, whatever the case, Caren Tiger definitely needed to do something different there on Cliff, because what they did do didn't work out for them. And heading on to the second half, like I said, I think this one's going to be a 2. Caren Tiger, I mean, that doesn't fill me with any more confidence that Caren Tiger is going to be able to pull something off here.
Yeah, I
in the
called
second
1-1
half.
and honestly, struggling a little bit there. So we'll see. Maybe it will end up kind of evening up a little bit. Maybe it won't. But my 1-1 prediction at the moment is looking a little bit rocky, to say the least. So maybe Team Efficiency will be able to take this one 2-0 and potentially not even need a tiebreaker to take out Caren Tiger here in this best of 13.
Maybe.
That is always a possibility, even though we both did guess for the tiebreaker. So we'll have to wait and see whether that will be the case. But on this second half here, on Cliff, of course, definitely going to be expecting some pretty similar tank picks, Jordan.
Yep.
You know, if not the exact same. So let's take a look at those.
Let's find out and see what they're going to be. It's second half of Cliff, and well, okay, Lorraine.
Ah, there we
for
go.
Caren Tiger. That's different.
That's better.
And
Okay.
a T49 for efficiency.
Yes. Now, I'm liking that more by Caren Tiger because they're going with something which, like, it's their own choice. You know, they've obviously said, whoever's playing the Lorraine has said, okay, look, I want to play Lorraine here. I'd feel much more comfortable with a Lorraine on Cliff as opposed to, you know, just sticking me in maybe it's Opalisk in a RU251, something like that. So I do like that by Caren Tiger. And I think, again, we've seen in the past, if the Lorraine can get a big shot on towards one of the bat chats, then, you know, it's golden. That's about 1K. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Look, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how this artillery is going to work out. It's probably going to be Opalisk there for Caren Tiger in the RU251, and we saw it on steps, and it worked out okay. We also saw the artillery on Muravanka. It was also Opalisk.
Yeah.
And that was, less than ideal.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, honestly, there was a Crusader SP.
I guess.
Like, it was like a troll arty.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know why.
Like, why would you pick a tier 7 arty?
I don't know.
The Crusader
ask me.
SP isn't that good.
No,
you know?
it's not.
Like,
If you're going to pick like a lower tier arty, I'd probably go like an FV4005, I reckon.
yeah.
I don't know. But anyway.
An FE 4005.
No, not FV. FV, what is it called? Wow, now
I'm going to test you on this one.
I have the tank.
I know-
own the
I
tank.
know you have
Is
the
it
tank.
304? It's 304.
There you go.
Yeah. Ugh. Mental blank. But look, to be honest, digressing very much so. The Lorraine, it worked out a lot better for Opalisk than the Crusader SP did. So there is that. I think he'll be comfortable in the Lorraine. But here on Cliff, is he going to get much done with the artillery? That's the real question.
I think he will, because if we look at the way that Team Efficiency played there, that was a little bit of a slower thing, and it really, the artillery piece does just need one good shot, and then it's done its job, because tier 8s in this, you know, in this sort of a format here on Cliff, often going to struggle to deal more than 1,000 damage at the end of it.
Yeah.
So if the Lorraine can get one big shot on towards one of the bat chats, absolutely, you're golden. It's going to be fine. Particularly if Caren Tiger play. Well, obviously, they are on the
They're
attack now.
attacking, yeah.
So they can actually, in quite a few ways, dictate a little bit where the artillery is going to get some shots. So it might work out better.
I want to see what efficiency is going to do here. Are they going to try and take a fight early on? Because they'll essentially know in a brawl situation they will win.
Yeah.
But, you know, if they run straight in there, rush in, they could very much be leaving themselves open to Caren Tiger playing a defensive line, which it looks like they're doing, and just rushing in and running into the trap of Caren Tiger. So I think Caren Tiger here have played this one well. Team Efficiency probably won't rush straight in and take a fight. I think, but in a sense that also plays into the hands of Caren Tiger, right? Because of that artillery. So
Okay, I want to see an arty shot now. Nope. Oh, I probably can't get it from the angle, actually. Obviously, oh, no, there we go. Does try it, but that's going to be the first missed artillery shot of Mr. Opalisk there in that Lorraine 155-51. Of course, one of the issues with the artillery here on Cliff is that, well, that cliff essentially is the big issue, because you need to have enough of a gun arc to be able to curve over the cliff without just hitting the side of it. And I mean, Lorraine's got a pretty decent gun arc. You know, it will be able to, but it's still going to be tricky. So, right now, you do see Bolognese in the bat chat. It's going to be rolling up. That's a very nice looking tank, the bat chat. You see it very often, and he's going to be repairing the track promptly.
probably the correct decision. Oh,
Yo!
that was close.
Very close.
But Bolognese gets up towards the lighthouse quite safely.
And he can't get tracked again, because if he gets tracked again while the RD's off reload, then see you later, Bolognese.
Yeah. But he's playing in a relatively safe position here now.
Yeah.
There's not much chance he's
No,
going to get tracked
that's
up
all right. That's all right. So now Caren Tiger, all they need to do is just keep on trying to get some spots across on towards team efficiency here, and use that artillery piece as best they can. Bolognese up there is going to be very hard to hit from the artillery. Party would probably almost be too far for Lorraine, I would imagine. Not too sure on the exact logistics of it, but definitely very far away, even if he does get spotted. But Shinozaka and Yupa going to be doing a little bit of mountain tanking here and getting their way up towards the top of the cliff, which I like this. I like these sort of cliff attacks, as long as you don't get caught out halfway up them. Zopolisk there. Where's he going to be aiming? It's looking like not towards anyone in particular just yet. Maybe
no
towards,
one's spotted out, so
yeah, maybe towards more once he if he gets spotted. But yeah, nothing really pressing for Zopolisk to hone in on. As we do see the 7-minute mark tick by, and Caren Tiger, they are making some slow and decent moves, I think, as we do see Yupa in that batch at 25T. Going to be heading up that mountain.
Well, every minute that ticks by here is another opportunity for Zopolisk to get some damage done with that Lorraine. But we need to see some spots coming out from Caren Tiger, and I think once they get control of this lighthouse, that might be when we start to see something coming out. But it doesn't seem like Yupa's too keen to actually get up there. It's just slowly but surely making his way up, trying to spot out anyone that's there. And, well, of course, we know that there's not really anyone. I mean, Dexter and Bolognese are hanging around there, but they can't actually fire up onto it. Dexter, I don't think he can be shot by the artillery, so he'll be relatively safe there. But really need to see something coming out from Caren Tiger.
Yeah,
Akiovi and Dekamori Sane, they look like they're starting to push forward a little bit as well by that rock.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Akiovi and Dekamori Sane going to be moving maybe slowly around the side of the rock as Caren Tiger try for more spots. There's a spot on towards Safi. Zopolisk might even be able to hit him. Not too sure exactly where Safi is situated, but there you go. The guys on the hill certainly are able to hit him. They get a nice 3 shots on towards him so far.
He's okay for now.
Yeah, and the Lorraine can't hit him there.
But not a great start for team efficiency, losing so much HP on Safi. He'll have to reposition here and try and find a bit more of a defensive position so that when Caren Tiger do inevitably push in, he's able to get a lot of shots across.
Ooh, and Bohan has just been forced to use a bit of a rep kit. I think maybe Mudame getting the shot on towards him. So you're right, definitely not a good start here for team efficiency. And as the 5-minute mark passes, Caren Tiger, it seems like their new, well, artillery strategy with a little bit more of a guarded play style here on the attacking side of Cliff seems to be working quite well. Although Moore, look at this, Moore is actually trying for a very, very sneaky flank down there, and that could be trouble for Caren Tiger.
It could be, but as soon as he gets spotted out, he's going to get absolutely demolished. So, yeah, okay, now he's been spotted out. I was going to say he has to make sure he doesn't really move or do anything that could cause him to be spotted, but yeah, he's going to get out okay, it looks. Yeah, he is. So none of those Caren Tiger players up on the mountain actually had a shot on him. So I think he gets away with a bit of a luck there, to be fair.
Yeah, it's looking like it. So right now, Yupa in that batch at 25T. He's going to be trying to poke Dexter. Not going to be happening though. And Caren Tiger, look, they've got to really start thinking about their plan of attack here, because with 4 minutes left on the scoreboard, before they have to make, well, not have to make a move, before they have to actually take out one of the cap, either the cap or all of team efficiency, it's going to spell trouble for them if they leave it too late. So in terms of positioning right now, Akimori and Akiovi, sorry.
Akimori.
Akiovi and Dekamori Sane look like they're going to be moving up, and that's, I really like Caren Tiger's positions right now, because they've got both sort of angles of attack covered. So if they spot anyone anywhere around the mountain, then Dekamori Sane and Akiovi are going to be able to get a nice side kind of view and side shots and towards them.
Caren Tiger, they don't have that much time to play with. Just seen that 3-minute mark tick by, and they haven't really made too many inroads into team efficiency. I mean, they've done a bit of damage over to Safi, and a little bit to Bolognese and Bohan, but really, they don't have that much time to actually clean this up. So I think it's about time that Caren Tiger gets a wriggle on.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like you said, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. We've got Modame and Polly heading back down there as we see the view from the lighthouse. You can see that team efficiency are completely content in just sitting back in their defensive positions and letting Caren Tiger come to them. But there we go, some shots are fired, and Dexter's going to be the first target.
Oh, what's Zaka doing there? I thought he was going to try and ram Dexter, but in the end he just lands on top of Yupa. Still though, they get the kill onto Dexter, and that's what they wanted. Although, immediately a trade out. Bolognese picks up Yupa. Akio V is able to take down Bohan, and Mordame is down to 9 HP. This is getting so close. 2 minutes left on the clock. Mordame does manage to take down Bolognese, so a 9 HP tank is still a gun firing in the game here, and that's what Caren Tiger needed. Team efficiency starting to fall apart a little bit here on the defensive side. Luckily, there's only a minute 45 that they have to hold off for, but I don't know if they're even going to be able to hold off that long, to be honest, Alex.
Oh, that's going to be a struggle, particularly because we did just see the cap kind of fluttered onto by Caren Tiger. They have now got, well, almost, there we go, 2 tanks on towards that cap. And suddenly things got a lot more tricky. Moore's just taking a naughty shot.
Yeah, and also a couple of other shots. The Bat Chats cleaning him up. Shinozaki grabs that kill for himself, and 2 tanks left alive here for team efficiency. Skell and Party, 1 minute 15 on that clock. Caren Tiger have let this one trickle away quite a lot, but they look like they're in the pole position to close this one out. Oh, Party, he's in a great spot here. He gets a reset onto Akio V, but needs a couple more. Just don't know if they're going to be able to get it. What can Skell do here in that T49? He's sort of the wild card for team efficiency. They know
Party's missed it.
They know exactly where Party is, and he's not going to have time to get a reload and a shot across. I don't think. It's up to Skell, and I just don't know if he's going to get there in time. Driving up the hill.
I don't think so.
No. Let's have a look. 3 seconds now. No, he's not got this.
Nope.
Surely not.
See you later, Skell. Gave it a crack, and he missed, and he dies for his troubles. Well, so there we go. Skell going to be going down, and Caren Tiger evening up the score.
I'm surprised a little bit. I'm a little bit surprised. But 1-1 there on Cliff. 5-5.
5-5.
Ruenberg next. We know what Ruenberg is notorious for. I think it's tiebreaker time.
I think it's tiebreaker time. Alrighty, Caren Tiger, look, you'd think that there maybe might be a difference between, going to a 5-4 tiebreaker with a set map pool of, 2 maps that you pick from and 2 maps that you veto and the best of 13s that we're playing today, where you only veto 1 map. You'd think maybe, oh yeah, maybe it'll go to 9 games, something like that. But no, Caren Tiger, it doesn't matter what format it is, they will always go to a tiebreaker.
Apparently.
So
well, hey, we're not quite there yet.
Well, that's true. We could see exactly. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, to be fair. So definitely we could see a 2-0 on Ruenberg, technically speaking.
But how did you feel about that one there on Cliff? I mean, that was a very interesting strategy coming out from Caren Tiger with the artillery. Not something that we see very much on Cliff, and it worked.
Well, it did work. It worked perfectly well, and it worked against a team like Team Efficiency that I'm sure we'll see in the replays. There were moments where Team Efficiency, were very confident as well and made some decent plays. So, just looking here early on before any tanks have gone down, Bohan, it just gets completely caught out. And that little play there from Caren Tiger, leaving those 2 Bat Chats up at sort of E3 behind that rock until literally 2 minutes into the game, when Team Efficiency, they didn't have the resources to scout out and make sure that those 2 Caren Tiger tanks weren't there. So they were just able to push out and yeah, essentially get some free flanking shots on towards Team Efficiency. So look, I really like that coming out of Caren Tiger there. I like the artillery piece. I felt as though it would have done a fair amount of damage.
Decent. I don't think it was exceptional.
I don't think it was like a game changer, but again, the important thing there on Cliff is that it does change where these teams position themselves, whereas before you might have been able to, be behind a certain rock and spot it out, right?
Yeah.
And be protected from any, normal tank. But then suddenly you can't be behind that rock because an artillery shell can land onto the back of your Batchat and deal over 1,000 damage. So overall, that's the impact that the artillery piece has, and it is very hard to quantify just by the damage dealt stat. And it's a tier 8 anyway, so did more on the scale.
Well,
so
yeah,
I liked it.
Well, look, 5-5 coming out there. Not surprised to see that at all. I think the fashion in which it has come has been somewhat surprising. Efficiency 2-0ing Muravanka, Caren Tiger 2-0ing Ghost Town, and then a 1-1 coming out there on Cliff. There have been some surprises throughout this, but the end result that we've managed to find ourselves in is entirely unsurprising. It all comes down to Ruinberg now. Are we going to see a 2-0 come out from either of these teams?
Well, it's Ruinberg. I just do not see a 2-0 coming out. And, again, these teams, this is it for them. There is two, potentially 3 games that we're going to be seeing them play for them to make it to our season finals. To come here, to travel to Sydney, to play in our studio, and to compete for a very nice prize pool. So they're really going to be trying to pull out all the stops here, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. And this one is going for the long haul, it seems. I mean, the first 2 times that we saw these teams play against each other, both times a 5-2 and a 5-1, it's a fairly convincing result. But this time, both teams have shown up to play. And it does seem like, we're going to be having a bit of a different scoreline this time. We already do have a bit of a different scoreline. But, look, definitely, it's really delivering where maybe the regular season matches didn't between the 2 teams.
Yep, 100%. So, and honestly, the regular season matches between these 2 teams, like having these as some of the few matches that Caren Tiger played that didn't go to tiebreakers is almost surprising because I feel as though these teams are as evenly matched as we're seeing tonight. In terms of like going neck and neck, so to speak. So overall, very interesting. But moving on a little bit, let's start thinking about the next map, which is, of course, Ruinberg.
Yep.
And start thinking about how these teams are going to be playing that. Obviously, Caren Tiger, when they played on Ruinberg in the past, they've looked okay.
Yep.
I think, not
both
their favourite map.
Both teams are pretty good at Ruinberg, I think.
Right.
Anyway, let's have a look at the tank lineups first before we say any further and see whether or not maybe that's going to give us a indication as to how this one will turn out. Defensive start for Efficiency. T1 3 on the attack, hey?
Poor Caren Tiger. They're going to lose this one. But Team Efficiency on the other side of the AMX 50Bs. IS4 113, 2 Batchats, and the T54 Lightweight. Interesting to see both of these teams going for the T54 Lightweight here on Ruinberg, which I'm not the biggest fan of it because it's just worse than the RU251 in quite a few ways. But look, it still does the job. Anyways, here though on Ruinberg, of course, it is one of the quite asymmetrical maps in the league. Both the attack and the defense play very differently to one another. We see a multitude of strats coming out for either side. We've seen stuff as crazy as Mausers on the 2 flag and FV215 B183s on the 1 flag, etc.
Well,
Ohos.
I tell you what, even though you don't think Caren Tiger will win the attacking side here, they very much are going to be wanting to win the attacking side because that's the side that they're very good at on Ruinberg. 70% win rate on it throughout our regular season. Team Efficiency very similar on Ruinberg attack. 71% win rate throughout our season. So both teams probably favouring the attack a little bit, but that's not to say that there's slouches on the defense either. Both teams have 60% or higher on the defense. So, I mean, really, I think we're in for a treat here on Ruinberg. It's going to be some high-level play. Both these teams really like this map, and I'm glad that it came down to Ruinberg. See if maybe we're going to get to have one more round after these 2.
Yeah, let's wait and see, shall we? So right now, we've got Caren Tiger pushing up towards that 2 flag, and Mudame just looking out towards the town in that T110E3. Have to be careful, and I like what Caren Tiger's doing in kind of leaving Opalisk back towards the 1 flag in that T54 Lightweight to guard off against any rotates or flanks from Safi or any Batchats that might be there, because obviously if The Batchat gets behind that T110E3, and it's going to spell trouble. It's overall, overall, looks like some early pressure is going to be coming on with two members of Caren Tiger actually getting on the cap.
I like this setup here for Caren Tiger. I mean, they have the T110E3 down in that F line, the middle sort of lane. It's going to make it really tough for Efficiency to actually cross. And Dekamori Sane and Mubesi already on that flag. It's dropped already quite low here. Caren Tiger definitely know what they're doing on the attack, but the problem now becomes for Caren Tiger, Opalisk is not going to be able to hold off Skell, Safi, and more.
Yeah,
Mordame is going to be flanked. Mordame is going to die. How long it takes, that could be the difference here between a win or a loss for Caren Tiger.
Yep, and Mordame's just turtled up there as Opalisk goes down, and I'm just not too sure that will be enough.
There's the reset coming out. Mordame has fired off his shot, and that is going to allow Moore to get in here, start to do the damage across. Mordame takes one shot from him. He's also taking shots from Safi and Skell. And, well, Bohan's been dropped down to 77 across the map. So if Caren Tiger can trade out this T110E3, then maybe there's a chance. But losing it like that, that's not good at all.
Yeah,
Team
no.
Efficiency have put themselves in a really good spot now. 2 tanks down for Caren Tiger. No response at all. They've been able to do a tiny bit of damage, not as much as what Team Efficiency have been able to do over to them. Dekamori Sane finally takes down Bohan. That's the low HP tanker for Team Efficiency. And, well, I mean, there's pretty much no pressure on that cap at all from Caren Tiger, despite it sitting on 50 seconds there. Finally, they find another kill, but I just feel like it's too little too late here. They didn't trade out that T110E3. They didn't do a good enough job of protecting it, and Team Efficiency have really just run away with this Rurenberg defense. Yeah,
it's looking like that. Team Efficiency just way too strong here, and again, I said as soon as I saw it, Jordan, that T110E3, you know, sorry Caren Tiger, you've lost, and look, they're playing this one. They're playing Caren Tiger, the actual 2-flag attack, well. They're not doing too badly on it. You know, they're brawling it out okay. These IF7s have dinged, I reckon, over 1,000 HP of damage each.
Yeah.
But the issue was, by the time they did that, they were 2 tanks down because there was a tank destroyer that did absolutely nothing. He got one shot off, 750 damage or so, and they're just died because it's a T110E3. Why didn't Steve pick it?
I don't know, an AMX 50B in that spot would have been pretty nice.
Exactly, an AMX 50B. If you want the alpha, I like the T110E4 better because at least it can turn around its turret a little bit. You know, it's still quite strong in terms of the frontal turret armor, and you know, more mobile than the T110E3. Like,
I feel like they could have made it work, but having Opalisk there to Opalisk, really his job is to spot the rotate. It's not to hold it off. And there was nothing you could do. As soon as Safi was coming in on that rotate, maybe if it was the other T54 lightweight, then of course he could have held it off. But to have Safi there, I think Moore was the other Batchat that was coming from the front there for the T110E3. And in that situation, Opalisk is just not going to be able to do enough to keep the T110E3 alive. He needed a Batchat or some other sort of tank, really. Anything that wasn't the Tier 8, and he would have had a better chance. They probably would have been able to hold off a little bit longer, but in the end, that wasn't what the case was. Nope. T110E3 went down, only did 1 shot, and again, just an easy win, really, for Team Efficiency. Like, as soon as that T110E3 went down,
that was it, exactly.
You could throw away that map for Caren Tiger.
100%. Simple as that. So, really, not a great move there for Caren Tiger. Let's take a look at the replays to see, well, probably that T110E3 going down.
And really good, actually, as well, for Caren Tiger to recognize that the T110E3 was in that spot, that they could take him down easily, get onto him really quickly. They took him out of the fight really before the fight had started. So they came into the fight with a 2-tank advantage. And of course, Team Efficiency were just able to roll on through from there. Like, there was no way they would lose.
Exactly, and you can see the damage differential is about the HP of the T110E3 and the T54 lightweight. So, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And I even when you're picking a tank like the T110E3, I still don't see why you put it there as well on the attack when you only have a T54 lightweight to protect it. Of course, Team Efficiency with Batchats are going to be trying to flank it. Why not put that T110E3 on the 0 line? You know, it's literally a line. That's literally the only thing that tank is good at, is fighting down a line. You know, it can go down the 0 line. It can have a much easier time. you know, hard to hit any weak points when you're that far away from it. I think that would have worked better.
Well, now the pressure is really on Caren Tiger. Team Efficiency have come back.
Yes.
They're in the front. They're
Yes.
ahead for the first time in this series. And now, coming on to the second half of Rurenberg, Team Efficiency moving over to their attack, which, funnily enough, they're actually favoured on, given that it's Rurenberg, where you would think defense would be a bit stronger. But they have a better win record on the attack. Caren Tiger have a worse win record on the defense. All things on paper are pointing towards Team Efficiency right now. But in saying that, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. Caren Tiger definitely can pull off this one on the defensive side. I still think we're going to be going to a tiebreaker.
Right. Well, look, I think after seeing that, I want to see Caren Tiger's tank picks. I want to see the tank picks again.
Well, okay, yeah, let's have a
for
look at
this
that
next
first.
half. But before we lock in any predictions, but look, if Caren Tiger go with some standard stuff, no T1 10E3s, then look, I think there's every chance they're going to be able to take this one out to a tiebreaker. And like we said, they need to. This is it. They need to win this one. So let's take a look at what Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency have picked here. And
Scorpion for TE. We
That
did see them
worked.
play that.
That we did see them play that last week, and it worked. The Scorpion.
This is tough to call. I'm gonna go Caren Tiger because I called tiebreaker. But this is such a 50-50. This is such this could be a coin toss, really.
Yeah. No, it could be.
It's so close.
It really could be. Yeah, look, I like Caren Tiger's pick, so I'm going to go. But I actually like I'm going to go Team Efficiency just because they picked the Scorpion G. And I love the Rheinmetall Scorpion G. So let's go with that. Nothing like a nice fearsome Tier 8 tank destroyer with a very high alpha damage on that gun.
Yeah. Well, this is what it comes down to. Maybe not quite. If Caren Tiger win, the next one will be what it comes down to. But
Potentially.
for now, Caren Tiger really have to focus in on winning this the second half rather of Rurenberg. They've started off pretty well. Party's getting dropped very low, gets tracked there, has to use this repair kit as well. So early wins for Caren Tiger here, but it's definitely not something that Team Efficiency can't come back from.
That's pretty good there by Caren Tiger. Nice little early start. Taking down Party to 835 HP. And, well, taking another shot. Party there needs to be careful. Come on, Party. Giving away free shots. It's not what you're looking for here on Rurenberg. In the meantime, the rest of the Team Efficiency lineup still actually in their spawn, which is interesting. So it's looking like they're just going to be hiding there a little bit. As we do see Bolognese and Skell just looking down that line. Down that F line. Caren Tiger, they have sent two tanks up to defend that one flag, which is in fairly standard. Shinozak and Yupa are going to be the ones to do that in the Bat Chat and the IS-4. So it might be a little bit of a interesting idea later on for Yupa to rotate in that IS-4. Going to be a little bit slower than ideal.
I wonder why Team Efficiency are playing so safe back here towards their spawn. Normally we'll just see the tanks trundle out towards that 2 flag or towards the 1 flag.
Yeah.
Very rare to see them sit in the town like this.
Yeah, they're trying to bait it. What are they trying to do? I'm not too sure.
I don't feel like they're trying to bait it. Like they haven't sent anyone out there to try and draw anyone in. Maybe you could argue Skell now, but that's not, again,
Safi.
a good result for for Team Efficiency. Sorry, Caren Tiger just getting so much free damage across.
Yeah, Safi just, I mean, over 1,000 damage and getting his ammo rack damaged. Like, he needs to use a repair kit now, but he doesn't have one. So, see you later, Safi's, like, damage. That's really not great. Like you said, I'm not sure what they're doing in the town. Like, there's no reason that Caren Tiger would really push into there. You know, it's not like Team Efficiency have a T1 10E3. Maybe that's what Caren Tiger should have done last time, is just kept their T1 10E3 in the town and just set like 4 tanks behind it.
Yeah.
Just ready for a trap. But no. New Caren Tiger. Very much in the driver's seat at the moment. as Bohan gets spotted out a little bit. Or quite a lot, I might say. And team efficiency there. Still just going to be staying in the town. So, yeah, I'm really not sure what defensive setups they're going to be going for there as Bohan baits out a shot in that 113. Shinozaki going to be getting a shot across over towards him from the bush there. And it's looking like the one flag might be the order of the day here for team efficiency as they start to move up there, which I think is a good move.
Well, at least we're starting to see some movement from team efficiency. They look like they're going to try and do something. I mean, I don't mind the one flag push. What have they got? A couple of 113, a few 113s actually. Maybe not the ideal tank for a one flag push. But we'll see how it works out here. And I mean, with two very low HP bat chats as well, it's going to be really hard to control the sort of the A6-7 area, which we generally see the bat chats just rush in there and try and take control of. But with tanks this low, team efficiency, that's not an option. More has been dropped, absolutely dropped there by Caren Tiger. And there was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. No, and look at this HP deficit here. Caren Tiger are already about 4,000 hit points over team efficiency. And look, they're trying to cap. They did just take down Opalisk, but at this point, 5 minutes into the game, team efficiency are battered and bruised.
Mordame's going to have a really good time rotating around through the town here. He'll find Safi. Doesn't manage to connect the shot by the looks of things there, but he's just exerting so much pressure from that position. And Skell, he doesn't have much more that he can do here. Gets a good shot into Akio V.
Oh, a very good shot.
Sets him on fire as well. And Akio V does go down, although Yupa trades out party, so, I mean, not the greatest passage of play there for efficiency regardless. And they're really hoping that this cap's going to work out for them, I guess, but, like, wishful thinking at this stage, it feels like.
Yeah, a little bit, as they do actually end up getting off the cap, which is a good move, but a little bit too late as Shinozak's just taken down Dexter. And we do see Bolognese there in that 113, getting dropped down to about half HP as well. Caren Tiger, look, still looking very, very healthy. Team efficiency need to take down another 2 tanks off the field if they want a chance without losing one of theirs. And with the ragtag lineup that they have left, a bat chat with an ammo rack damage, a Scorpion G1 shell from death. I'm going to call this a struggle.
Tiebreaker time. That's what I call it.
Yep.
I just want to say, if efficiency wins this in the tiebreaker, both of my predictions will be right. If.
And I just want to say, if Caren Tiger wins this in the tiebreaker, then my prediction will be right.
No, you said 7-3. Or 7-4.
In this? Oh, no, in my first one.
Yeah.
Well, I had 7-4 written down.
Yeah, but you said 7-3.
Anyways. Moving on.
I'm not letting you get that one, mate. Can't fool me.
Moving on.
I'm too sharp.
Too sharp. Way too sharp for me, Elfish guy. But Dekamore Sane, in the meantime, is going to be taking down Bohan. Bolognese, the last tanker left for team efficiency. And Caren Tiger should be able to take Mr. Bolognese down.
Well, they will indeed. So, one thing that I'm fairly confident in saying is that I think Caren Tiger are going to get the pick of side in the tiebreak. Because, if you remember, that Himmelsdorf game was over very quickly. I'm pretty sure that's the fastest one we've seen so far through this series. That's how tiebreaker pick works. Fastest side. Fastest win gets to pick the side. Don't know the map yet.
Yeah, not too sure, but we'll have to wait and see what the map is there. Overall, I think in the meantime, let's think about how Caren Tiger were able to take that one out so effectively. Obviously, that was an early error in judgment by team efficiency. I think it was Party, potentially, that got caught out really early on in that bat chat down south.
It sort of felt like team efficiency was on 2 different wavelengths. Like, they had 3 or 4 guys in towards the town. They had a few other guys poking up towards the 2 flag, and they just didn't seem to be gelling, right?
Yep.
What are those guys in the town doing when those guys are poking around on the 2 flag?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. Yeah, maybe there could have been a rotate that would have come from Caren Tiger through the town, but I think, you know, at that point, I just don't think that was something that Caren Tiger was ever considering, really. Like, they didn't need to. They got the damage across that they needed to, and the 2 flag wasn't really being pressured at all, so there was no reason or need to rotate around for Caren Tiger. So it just feels like team efficiency, I don't know, maybe just banking on something which they thought might happen, but really probably wasn't going to
Yep.
happen.
Yeah, potentially that could have been the reason. Well, let's take a look at the replays. Maybe they'll give us a bit more of an insight into why Team Efficiency did what they did. But overall, the first tank to go down was more on Dekamori Sane taking him down. And look, I like this little shot here from the Scorpion G Skell, but it was really the only impact that I saw Skell have in the game. Yeah, and at that point it was just not really enough because half of Team Efficiency were, hobbling. Really? So, overall, some very, very solid defensive play there by Caren Tiger. Mudame's flank has to be mentioned as well. Definitely helped them out a little bit. But at the end of the day, when you end the game with, 2 full HP tanks left, 3 more still alive on top of that, you're doing pretty well. So.
Well, dangerous times now because we know Caren Tiger so good in those tiebreaker situations. It's a big test here for Team Efficiency.
It is a big test. And we know that Caren Tiger are very good in those tiebreaker situations, so that's why I think my prediction is going to be right.
We'll see. I'm not so sure. Depends on what the map is, I think, as well. Could play into it. I don't know. Maybe we come out on... Well, what would be a map which would... It's hard to say because everything which I've thought was going to happen has kind of not happened. So I don't know what the best map possible for Caren Tiger would be here. I mean, in theory, Ghost Town, considering they 2-0'd it.
I think Ghost Town would be the best map here for Caren Tiger.
They looked really good on Ghost Town, that's for sure. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, look, to be honest, overall, feels like both teams have come into this one and played pretty much as best they can. Like, I don't think we've seen... I mean, Team Efficiency, I guess we have seen them look very good up against other lineups, but certainly not as strong against a team of Caren Tiger's caliber. I think the teams they were beating weren't necessarily the highest tier, and obviously the same goes for Caren Tiger. I mean, we've seen them look pretty good, but also that's been against some teams that were not necessarily up towards the top of the ranking. So both these teams to bring this one to a 6-6 have played pretty well. I mean, there's been mistakes here and there, but definitely I think they've come out and really shown us the goods.
The goods.
We're gonna have to do it once more.
Yep. One more time is all it's going to need to bring Caren Tiger to our Season 1 finals here
or
in
Team Efficiency.
Sydney. Or Team Efficiency, if they can bring the goods as well. But I'm going to be going with Caren Tiger. Well, obviously we need to know the map, but once we get the map locked in, then we can make our predictions.
By the way, if Caren Tiger go through here, it'll be big gaming Caren Tiger. Which would kind of be like the dream, right?
Oh, that would be pretty amazing. B gaming Caren Tiger, and they won't be playing each other either way in
the finals,
in the semi-finals, but they will be there, sort of thing. So
they'll be playing tonight as well. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, that's going to be.
But that would be like for B gaming and Caren Tiger, that would be the dream because they're both Japanese teams. Obviously, they'd be able to go through together. Just try and take it to Korea and China.
Yep.
So we'd have three regions. Team Efficiency, if they came through, they're from a lot of different places. If they were to make it through, so we'd have a lot of different nationalities at the finals. But
a couple of Aussies in TE. So.
Aussies, Europeans. I think people from the Philippines, Malaysia, maybe something like that. I don't know for sure, but they're all over the place. That's what I do know.
And they've been around for a very, very long time, have Team Efficiency. They've been around since around about 2012, thereabouts. I know some of those guys been playing competitive for that long. Pretty sure Party has. Maybe a couple of others. Moore is one of the kind of OG crew of Team Efficiency. So he's been there since the beginning, I do believe, of their team's inception. So it would be, again, great for them to make it over here and... make it to our finals, but there's only one way we can find out, Jordan. See if they beat Caren Tiger in this one game. This is it. So, guys, definitely get on Twitter, get on Facebook, get on whatever you want. Share our stream here at wgl.gg/watch with the hashtag WGL APAC. And, let everyone know that this is going to be it for these two teams to get to the finals. And, I don't know, we've seen some pretty exciting tanks today, but this could be the end of it with in this series. So
I can tell you the map, Alex. It's going to be Prokhorovka. We haven't seen it in this series so far. It's a decent map for both teams.
Okay.
Now, the important thing about Prokhorovka here is Caren Tiger have got the pick of the side. That's not 100% confirmed, but I'm like 99% sure that's true.
Yeah.
They have not won a single round on the defensive side, but they've won every side on attack. So
watch the pick defense.
Watch them pick defense. Yeah, I bet they will. But if they can pick attack here, then I think Caren Tiger. But, well, look, to be fair, it's so hard to call. It's, again, the same situation that we've seen throughout the entire series here. Both teams have very much got the potential to pick this one up. It's not a bad map at all for team efficiency. They have 56% win rate overall on it throughout the season. So that's pretty good. Caren Tiger, 60%, but they favor only one side. So, so hard to call, Alex.
Very, very, very hard to call. Look, I think Caren Tiger here, if they can do it, then if they can pick the attack, then that green number that we've got here on our stat sheet, 100% could be theirs, and they could be able to carry it through. But guys, while we're just getting into the game, why don't you let us know what your favourite tank on Prokhorovka is for a chance to win 3 days worth of premium and, of course, 200,000 credits for your World of Tanks Asia account. Just message us here on Twitch with your favourite tank on Prokhorovka. Make sure to include your What Asia username so we can credit you the prize. But definitely great to have lots of kind of new viewers in for the playoffs. I'm sure. I know that some of those earlier plays in that B Gaming Horseman game have got everyone talking on social media. So with any luck, I mean, B Gaming and Caren Tiger, if we end up seeing that tonight, then that one is going to be an absolute cracker as well. So, another reason.
Caren Tiger picked attack. So, statistics say Caren Tiger are going to have an advantage going into this one.
It's looking like it. It's looking like it.
Look, I mean, we've made
anything could happen. Yeah,
we've made so many predictions.
We can't go with the stat. We can't go just with the stats.
The only prediction that we've been right about so far tonight has been the fact that this is going to go to a tiebreaker, and it's been extremely close.
I might have been right about the fact that Caren Tiger are going to win in a tiebreaker.
Maybe, but I also might be right about team efficiency winning in a tiebreaker. So that's beside the point. And also, I was right about the first prediction too. But look, to be honest, the way that this series has played out has not been the way that we've expected it to. It's hard to say how it's going to go on Prokhorovka because, everything's sort of like, you might as well just throw it out the window here now that we're in the tiebreaker. It
one
just
game.
comes down to
it's
one round.
Game.
It might as well be a best of one on Prokhorovka at this point.
And this could be the game that decides, between these two teams, like a large amount of money. Because if you go into the season finals, you're competing for the, for a big prize pool at our season finals. And, these teams definitely going to be wanting it to win that. And, of course, the glory that comes with it here for the WGL APAC League. And, again, this season as well, it's worth mentioning that, compared to previous seasons, we're seeing a lot of teams really shake it up a little bit. B Gaming, Caren Tiger, team efficiency, these didn't used to be the teams that, would always make it to land finals. So this is very much new ground for them in a way. So it's great to see, and it's great to see it's seen that's so, so competitive in a way as well with our top 8 really, really putting it against each other and having some very, very close matches throughout the season. And, it's almost a little bit sad to think that after tonight, well, we just have the finals to go. And
there's always season 2.
There's always season 2.
We'll be here for season 2.
Of course.
So it's not all over. It's over, maybe for now, but not quite forever. But still, it's hard to believe we still have another series coming up.
Yeah,
tonight.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Boy. Seriously. I mean, I don't know. I think at the end of tonight, if we get B Gaming and Caren Tiger in our third game tonight, if team efficiency lose here and we get BGCT again, then that could be another one that goes to 13 games.
I mean, I feel like team efficiency B Gaming could go very long as well.
Yeah. No,
I'd have to have a look at their previous results, but it feels to me like
B Gaming's generally beat them, but
I feel like B Gaming might be going into that one with an advantage, but I also think that about B Gaming going into Caren Tiger, even though Caren Tiger has beaten B Gaming 2 times out of 2. So, look, I just don't know. I don't know how it's going to go here, but we'll have to see. Team efficiency on Prokhorovka, not bad. Caren Tiger on Prokhorovka attack, very good. Wonder what we'll see. What tank picks are we going to see?
Well,
coming up?
that's the thing. Are they gonna, are we gonna see anything? I don't think we're gonna see anything crazy, but man, how fun would it be if we just saw like 6 patterns?
There is no way to see 6
Like,
patterns.
We've seen it before, but no.
No, but not in this situation. That was Meltdown versus like Twist or Run. Twist, I'm pretty sure.
And they lost the first half.
And they lost it. Yeah. So, no, that's not going to be the case. The one question I do have, though, is Caren Tiger going to pick artillery here on attack? They've been picking a lot of artillery throughout this series, and it's, in general, been okay for them. Prokhorovka, definitely a map that you can pick artillery on.
I would like to see an artillery here on attack for Caren Tiger. They in the past, when they picked it on Proc, they've used it well. They've liked the arty, so if they can lock that artillery piece in, then I would really like that. So I don't know. I think this is a lot better for Caren Tiger than if it was something like Cliff again, or if it was Muravanka. Caren Tiger would not be too happy, but here on Proc, I mean, both teams, like you said, fairly well balanced on it. Great to see Caren Tiger on the attack here. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll pull out I don't know, tier 10 arty. You reckon?
No.
Probably not.
No, surely not.
Probably not. Anyways, but
We'll see the Lorraine or no arty, I think.
yeah.
It's going to
Yeah,
definitely
they
will be
don't
the
really
Lorraine.
tend to pick the M40, so a little bit disappointing. Which I love the M40.
Yeah, but not on Prokhorovka, I don't think. You pick the M40 on Mines or Muravanka, where you don't have such long angles.
Yeah.
But on Prokhorovka, the Lorraine every day, I think, would be
Yep.
coming out.
No, fair
If
call.
at all, if an arty at all.
And maybe I would like to see maybe a TVP coming out from Caren Tiger as well. If I was to build Caren Tiger's lineup, right, I would go, or what I actually think they're going to go, because I don't think they'll go arty. I think they're going to go 113, bat chat, object 140, Lorraine.
You just said you don't think they're going to go arty.
Yeah, but I changed my mind halfway through when I was counting on my fingers. So
What about STB1?
No.
Not on attack. Okay.
Not on
What
attack.
about IS7 in place of one of those 113s? If they go for a Western flag push,
Look, I'm just thinking about what I think they will pick.
yeah.
Like if I was picking, then I'd pick like 6 patterns.
Yeah.
So don't ask me what I'd pick.
But you'd lose. You wouldn't even be in the gold series.
Wow,
You wouldn't be in any series.
Wow.
Well, you're not
Wow.
in any series.
that hurts.
You're just here commentating. But
I could play in the silver series.
do you reckon?
Yep.
I don't think you could.
I reckon I could, mate. I'd bust out my FE215B183.
You'd be a one-trick pony.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I'd be a good sub.
A good sub. Yeah, that's what you'd be. You would be like
Be a great sub.
not even
Great
a sub.
bench warmer.
You'd be like a cheer
It's
squad
like,
or something.
it's like back in my clan days when, I was playing clans and I just had my first tier 10 tank. It was like, alrighty, what are we playing, guys? And, got ready, made sure I was there at the start of the clan battles. And
you
everyone else in the clan was on. So, okay, what map is it? Oh, yeah, this. Like, yeah, go. We're not going to need you. Alright, guys, I'll just be here in case anyone disconnects. Okay.
Wow. That's really sad. Took a real downturn. I, luckily enough, have never been in that situation. Mostly because I've never really been in a clan that's done clan wars. But
Devastating. Mate, you need to get in it. It's good fun.
yeah,
It's good fun.
I don't think I'm good enough. I don't have.
Well, no, that's true, but it's
Yeah.
still good fun.
So
you,
I would
don't
never-
have, you don't have to be good to play clan wars, believe me.
I wouldn't put myself in that position. But the moment we've all been waiting for, Alex. Enough of us talking. We have the tank picks, and you were close. No 113s, but lots of bat chats. An object 140.
Yeah, okay. Semi-close. Anyways, we do see the RU251. We do see the TVP as well. And, yeah, the IS7. So, I mean, honestly, with that, it looks like they are going to be going for a Western flag push. With that IS7 locked in. So, team efficiency, I like their lineup. Object 140s, STB1. Also Japanese, tier 10 medium. Great gun depression on that one. Nice DPM, which, of course, for those that may not know, stands for damage per minute. And here we are, Prokhorovka. This is the final battle, D-Day, if you will, between these two teams, Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency, as they fight to battle it out for a spot. Their last chance for a spot in our WGL APAC Season 1 Finals for 2016. Let's see how they roll out.
So, Caren Tiger making their way towards that 2 flag. That's unexpected. I thought with this kind of a lineup, they'd be going over towards the 1 flag.
You'd think so.
But they've gone for something a little different. Skell, though, is in a great position to scout that out. If he sits there, if he doesn't move, you know, sits in a bush, Caren Tiger are going to have trouble spotting him out. But looks like they might actually know that he's there. Well, they've certainly been spotted, so they'll know they're being spotted from somewhere, and that would kind of be the obvious position. Oh, this is dangerous now. If Dekamori Sane makes his way up there and takes down Skell, that's really going to put Team Efficiency on the back foot. Party needs to be there in that STB1 to make sure that Dekamori Sane cannot take down Skell. Skell must survive here.
Yep. Skell definitely needs to stay in this one. That is for sure. And we can see here Bohan in the 113 just getting a few shots across, or trying to at least, as Yupa in that IS-7 does his work. But Dekamori Sane just getting unspotted there. That's going to help Caren Tiger a little bit, as we do see not much else happening at the moment. Very tentative push here from Team Efficiency. They're just, you know, playing it very cautiously. They don't want to give away any free damage. And that 113's turret. Oh, there we go. Good first shot from.
Yeah, excellent shot from Bohan. I mean, a little lucky perhaps he was moving, but hey, you'll take it. Gets another one into Yupa, but won't manage to actually connect it. I think it hit the train, and another shot goes awry for Team Efficiency here, but at least Skeller's alive.
Well, they're pushing up on the South Pole. He's getting a little bit aggressive, but it looks like he's not going to be committing to anything just yet. And Mudame, the only member of either team who has actually taken damage so far. And taken a shot so far. And there we go. We do finally see that the RU-251 is spotted out. So Opalisk and Skell, they're having a bit of a duel at the back there.
Skell is not getting the better of it. I thought he was going to have a little bit of luck there, but in the end, he is going to be the first tank to go down. Oh, Opalisk! Oh, he almost went flying there, but still, he's alive. Bohan, though, he's been doing an excellent job of getting shots across in this 113. He's hit 2 into Yupa. He's hit 1 into Mordame. He hasn't taken any damage himself. And this is the difference for Team Efficiency. They've lost a tank, but they have the HP advantage because Bohan has been able to put across so much free damage.
Yeah, there we go. So, good bit of play there for Caren Tiger. And we do see Madame there in that Object 140 just hiding behind the little bush. We see Object 140, not a bad camo value. And Moore, in the meantime, down the bottom. It's actually just been spotted out from the hill, so Moore cannot push any further in. You do see Moore just retreating back a little bit. Yupa in that IS-7 is going to be pretty contentious sitting there. But Caren Tiger, the issue for them is they need to, they need to actually make some cap pressure happen. Or they need to find a way to start trading with Team Efficiency because they are on the attack. So they're statistically very good at the attack here on Proc, but need to find a way in to Team Efficiency at the moment. I'm not too sure, but at this point it doesn't look like Team Efficiency are going to be coming to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think this has been good play so far from Team Efficiency. They've let that timer tick down. Caren Tiger, they have the tank advantage, but only very slightly. And Opalisk is so low on HP, and he's got a damaged gun, so I have to say, what could he be doing really in that tank? And again, more damage going over to Caren Tiger without a response.
It's dangerous.
Team Efficiency, now they have to make something happen here because that time is starting to tick away, but Team Efficiency have set themselves up in a perfect position. They've got Yupa to one shot, they've got Opalisk to one shot, they've got a big HP advantage.
Yeah.
If and when they do eventually have to push over here to this cap, they're going into it in the exact situation that they need to be in.
Yeah, oh look, this is not looking good for Caren Tiger already. They've just lost Opalisk. Another shot goes on towards Akio V. And like you said, Yupa is one shot as well, so
Oh.
super dangerous.
Bohan. He's been the MVP of this one so far.
He has been absolutely chopping it in that 113. And you know, team efficiency, they picked him up because he's a heavy tank player, and you can see it right now, I'll tell you.
Well, Caren Tiger are going to try and make something happen here. They need to. They're at such a disadvantage. They have a tank disadvantage, they have the HP disadvantage, and they have not that much time to work with, so something needs to change here for Caren Tiger, and it just feels like it's not going to happen here. Party will get a shot into Poly. At least there's a response this time from Caren Tiger, and Party is tracked. We're going to see the TVPs, the Bat Chats, charging right over there. Mordami in the Object 140 is going to try and get involved, but in the end, Akio V will get the kill, and efficiency, they do lose another tank. Bohan takes a lot of damage, but they've managed to do so much damage across to Caren Tiger already that it doesn't matter. Caren Tiger, 2,800 HP to their name. Team efficiency, over 6,000, over 6.5 thousand. I feel like team efficiency are going to make this.
This is looking like it right now, and look at that! The fire onto Akio V! No! You do not want to fire when you're trying to get into the APAC finals here. Akio V going to be going down, and just like that, you can see in front of you Caren Tiger's hopes for the finals getting crushed.
Yep.
Only Shido Zach, and he's been a star player this season.
There's nothing he can do in this situation. That is going to be team efficiency making it through to the final, 7-6 over Caren Tiger.
You called it.
I did.
There you go. Well, they have got to be so happy about that, honestly, and what a way to do it, to really prove that they were worthy of it by beating Caren Tiger on a map which, up until now, they've had 100% win rate on the attacking side so far this season. So to beat them on that, you know, absolutely well-deserved win there from Team Efficiency in a best of 13 series. Obviously, these two teams are so closely matched. So, well played.
Kind of wanted that series to keep going, to be honest.
Yeah.
We'd be here all night.
Yeah.
But look, it definitely delivered. 7-6. That's what we expected to see. Didn't know which way it was going to go, but in the end, Team Efficiency had enough to pull it off, and they will be joining EO Gaming, Meltdown, and B Gaming now at the finals here in Sydney. And we know our top 4 teams for this season. But one more thing to find out tonight. How is B Gaming going to go up against Team Efficiency? Who is going to avoid EO Gaming? Before we get there, we'll have a look at the replays there of Prokhorovka and see how Team Efficiency made their way into the finals.
Yes, there we go. So, look, that was a good start early on from Caren Tiger.
I love my boys just driving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, great start there by Caren Tiger, but at the end of the day, those trades from, honestly, it was Bohan that really got those early trades on towards Yupa, on towards Mudamir in that Object 140, made them work, and here Caren Tiger, they just tried to push down the rail tracks, but it was just too late. Bohan again with the shot on towards Dekamore Sane, and was completely dominating there. Bohan probably dealt over 3,000 damage in this one. I would not be surprised to see. And Caren Tiger, at this point, there was nothing that they could do. And a fire just to add insult to injury.
Yeah.
Oh, devastating.
It is. Caren Tiger, though, I mean, they had a good crack at it. They had a good crack at this season. I'm sure we'll be seeing them next season try and improve upon this result, because they definitely look like a team that could have made it to the finals. That's for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, they would